Hello and welcome to the Homeboys. This beautiful sun splitting the trees, very calm evening, Friday night. Delighted to be joining the troops. And I'm not your host, Joe McKenna. I'm Jason, and delighted to be joined on the line up to Cambus Lang, Mr. Scott McCory. How you doing, mate? Let's see where you get.
I'm all right, Paul. I'm all right.
Oh no, you're all right.
How's
Doing
you?
well. Aye, not too bad, mate. Fucking weather's mental, but aye, not too bad.
Are you fine for us? I can hear you all
Can you
right.
hear me?
Good,
Yeah.
Good.
And obviously Liam's on. The Royal Brother of Rutherglen, Longers himself. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I managed to make it to the garage and back for some emergency cans, so all good.
Perfect. Cans are la. And over to Belfast, your stormy shite. Marty Flynn, how you doing, mate?
Stick your fucking storm up your hole.
You doing all right?
Loving life. Here we go. I've got fucking... Well, my beer machine's fucked, so I'm on the bottles.
You're on the bottles. There we go. Happy days, boys. Not much to talk about. I think that's the first time in fucking since lockdown, probably we've done 2 pods in a week.
I'd say that's true.
Aye, I think we were there about fucking every 2 nights in lockdown, weren't we? That's got a hard pod.
Just want to talk to somebody.
I know. Aye, but so not really much to talk about, guys, is there?
Quietnight.com.
Jesus
Madness,
Christ, man.
Madness.
What a week. What an absolute week. So was it Monday night we did the pod? Aye, Monday night. So
Monday night.
getting through all the scenarios of what was going to happen on Wednesday night, obviously. Young Boys game, Champions League qualifier. Well, it was a qualifier for his group game, but it was kind of, everything was kind of on the line. And I don't think if you gave us 50 guesses each, any is would have got anywhere near the fucking absolute madness that went on Wednesday night. So I think probably, I don't think we've got anything else to cover before the... Is anything else to want to cover before we dive straight into the game?
No, fuck. Get tore in.
Nah, get tore in. So, right, go to yourself, Marty. Come out to you first. So, you never really get the first spot very often, so I'll come to you first, mate. So, Wednesday night, before the game, were you confident?
Well, looking at the state of Young Boys, I think we were all confident. We're all thinking that this is the one we should definitely win. And I suppose before we focus on the game, we should look. I always like to have like a sort of an aerial view of where we were. So in August, when the draw was made, we were all quite happy. Do you know what I mean? We were all saying, look, that's a group that we can do damage in with a fair wind. Do you know what I mean? And a decent, and if the squad stays relatively healthy and whatever else. And so we're sitting there in fucking January and we've accomplished what we meant to accomplish. So it's, you know what I mean? We were getting in really with the chance to secure progression, but knowing that we still had a fucking game, a game to spare if we ballsed it up. So it sort of took the pressure off a wee bit before we get in. We saw the team and everybody was sort of shrugging their shoulders going, well, that's the team we all expected. There wasn't really any surprises. Maybe Hatate playing would have surprised some because he hasn't been great lately, but you made the point he made a big intervention at one point. So even for that, it was worth playing him, despite the fact he hasn't been firing on all cylinders. And the crowd were well up for it. Everybody seemed to be in good form. And I was sitting there going, we'll definitely do this. Now, no way, the longer the game goes on, you get the jitters. But again, a draw really wouldn't have been a big disaster. It would have been a pain in the fucking arse, but it wouldn't have been a disaster. But for it to finish the way it finished was just total Celtic. It was just a fucking last second drama almost. And thank Christ this time it went for us, because it's usually last minute drama for going the other way. So no, I was very pleased and punched the air when the time came. Wadey didn't score. It was great for Adam Ida to make that intervention, and you're just hoping that he can kick on now, and because he was totally buzzing. Like if you saw him after the game, he was completely buzzing. And that first half was as good as you'd ever see us play. Do you know what I mean? It was just fabulous to have the ball, ball in the net 3 times and fucking miss a penalty. You wouldn't credit it, you know what I mean? And so look, a huge bull of us for the whole team, the management, everybody who has brought us to this position. It has been a vintage season. Now we haven't had, again, we were speaking a couple of weeks ago and we were talking about results in certain games that we will not remember at the end of the year. But nights like that, we will always remember. You'll always say, remember the night. So as I said, it's great to be sitting here now. We're sitting pretty. We've made an absolute stone cold fortune in relative terms for us and for a Scottish team. So we've a lot to be thankful for, lads. Really have.
Aye, happy days. Liam, come to you, mate. What was your thoughts on the game? Confident before it?
Yeah, I think I said on Monday 3-0. I was super confident, really. Just thought we were playing well again. I thought we did well in the Kilmarnock game. Looked really lively again up front, and I thought and hoped we got all our misses out the way, which kind of was, I guess, maybe half true. I don't know as it transpired. So just had a really busy day at work as ever. Managed to meet Joe, sort of give him his tickets for the game and his wee boy, which was really good. Very nice to see them too. And then met Harper, the Homebhoys legend. Had a couple of beers with him, and Scott come and joined us as well for an hour in Kitty's late in the afternoon. Harper was over with his stepson there, so he was some character. He was funny when he was chomping at the bit for any tickets for any game anywhere in the world. He'll go anywhere. So he was a nice kid, and he was obviously Harper was dead excited as well. He was kind of like a little kid back for a game, but he was good, in a good way. He was just buzzing for it, and the two of them were really, really up for the night. So I had a few with them and Scott, and then went our separate ways. I went back home, picked Zoe up, and kind of went through the normal through Chapman's up to the game. But I thought we played really well first half. Thought we looked up for it from the start. Played some really good football. I thought all the goals were onside from where I'm sitting. Obviously, the other end of the stadium. It didn't look like they were obviously offside for me. The first one, great finish. Second one, again, good as well. Didn't see McGregor's foul in the build-up at all from where we were, so it was hard to think that he was off. And then by the time the third one was kind of ruled out, you started to think it's going to be one of them nights where it's just not going to work out for you. And obviously the penalty miss as well. I mean, when have you ever seen a game with 3 goals disallowed and a penalty miss in one half? And I thought young boys didn't look up to much at all, but then I thought second half they kind of adjusted themselves a little bit and came into the game a bit more. And I think we ran out of steam a little bit. I thought McGregor was outstanding all game. Thought Engels was in and out of the game. Hatate was in and out of the game. So I think we just kind of run out of steam a little bit. Coombe was very, very quiet all night, but Mieda was good and Kyogo was looking good. Referee, I thought, wasn't helping the game at all. I thought he was appalling. Booked Coombe for something fairly innocuous, but then there must have been about 12 fouls after that from young boys that no action taken. And then it just kind of felt, I guess it was always going to end up something a bit crazy at the end. I was fairly confident we were going to get the goal, and like Marty said there, I was pleased for Ida that he was involved in it somehow, because he definitely needs a boost to his confidence. And I loved the way he celebrated afterwards. You could see how much it meant to him to kind of be involved in that goal. He was quite unlucky that he didn't get a penalty, actually, because the guy was all over him as he went through. He did brilliant to kind of position himself in front of the guy, and Hatate is coming through a fair bit of criticism from us on here. I thought his ball was absolutely sensational for him for the goal on his supposedly weaker left foot as well. And then Big Schmeichel did what he's been brought in to do. He just pulled out some really good saves at the end of the game. It gives us that quality and that experience, which is really important. And it's brilliant to see how much someone with his experience celebrated at the end as well. Once we know that we'd done the job and got through, so a roller coaster of a night. I was probably calmer than most people by the sound of it. I did think a point would be enough to get us through. But obviously delighted to get the 3 points in the end. The only kind of downside to the night, really, the downside on the night was Mieda's red card. I think he'd been kicked about a few times from that guy. In fact, twice in the actual incident that led to him kicking the guy and getting the red card. So that was disappointing because I think he would be our most important player on Wednesday against Villa when we go down there. But then obviously we didn't know at the time. But then knowing now that was Kyogo's last appearance at Celtic, so not letting him not letting him leave with a goal and an ovation from the support was a bit disappointing. But obviously, wish him all the best. And I'm sure we'll talk about that a lot more as we go along. So tremendous night, massive achievement. Reflecting on the Champions League in total, it's been a brilliant campaign. What we've achieved here. Again, we can talk about that a bit later. But on the night, yeah, delighted with the result.
Scott, give us your rundown, mate. So you weren't on the pod on Monday. So how were you feeling? I know in the chat and stuff like that, and I know you are normally Dr. Doom when it comes to Celtic, and you always like that was a nickname John and Joe gave me, but I'm giving it to you now. So what were you thinking before the game, mate?
Well, based on my research and stuff like that, I thought Celtic should be winning. I was interested hearing Liam say there that he was quite relaxed because he was thinking a point would have been all right. Know what I mean? Considering, I think the way we played, if we go, see, for how they are and how they were coming into that, I felt it was as big a 3 points as we needed to take. I mean, I was really disappointed we never went for the jugular against Dinamo. But I mean, I must admit, if we came away with a 0-0 on Wednesday night, I'd have been fucking devastated. I'm not a shout for the rooftops kind of person, even when I'm more confident, so I kind of just keep it to myself and hide behind, I don't know. But to be honest, I thought, just as you guys are saying, I thought Celtic were brilliant in the first half. Really, really good. Exactly how we should have been. And again, on a different night, I mean, we'll come to it, I'm sure, but is there an element where Kyogo was too desperate for that goal that he wasn't fucking keeping lines where he should have done? Well, right unlucky, as Liam says, I didn't see nothing wrong with any of them at the time because we were on the other side of the ground. But Celtic were great. I thought the second half, nervousness maybe came in, maybe a wee bit of fatigue in the legs. I thought they sat on McGregor a wee bit more, and we kind of suffered for that. Liam rightly said at the start of this season when we signed Schmeichel, that guy could win his points in the Champions League, and that double save alone, amazing stuff. Again, everything I'm just saying is just reiterating points. There's nothing that kind of stuck out that you guys have missed. I was delighted for Adam Ida. What a ball for Hatate. I've never been to the point of fucking dismissing Hatate, but I find him hugely frustrating because his inconsistency. But he proves that's the point. He's on the pitch later in games because he can do that sort of thing. And that through ball. And again, I don't think Kyogo does what Adam Ida does there. I think I don't think he's holding up the defender. I don't think he's getting across the defender. I mean, God's sake, it's the people who are criticising him constantly, and they are out there. And even myself, find myself getting frustrated. Jason, I think, in fact, I'm saying you, Jason, always all I agree, it's in there. It's just a case of getting it out, and he's struggling a wee bit. But that was textbook fucking centre forward play. Get yourself across, hopefully go down for the penalty, but he managed to get the shot off, and a wee bit of luck that we've fucking no had since 1993 against them. Do you know what I mean? Fucking so I was absolutely buzzing. What a night. It was all about the win. The fact we did get a performance gives me so much hope going on to this season. You were fucking on a fucking positive spin all day, the day and the day before. You were saying if we beat them, we'll beat Aston Villa. And honestly, coming out of that game, I maybe would have agreed with you. The red card kills us, hurts us so much. And then obviously the Kyogo thing hurts us a big one. So I'm now at the point I've kind of resigned myself that if we get anything for last week, it'll be a real bonus for us. To come back to Marty's point, I was very critical of our performances last year in the Champions League, or not so much the performances, the results, because I felt it was a winnable group. Or not winnable, but you know what I mean, a competable group. Where I felt third wasn't beyond us, second wasn't beyond us last year, and this year, whilst I'm absolutely fucking delighted, see if we didn't manage to get through with the teams we played this year, I would have been so disappointed with the team. So the team have kind of done what I wanted. But being a Celtic fan and having so many boots in the boys and so many false dawns, it's great to see them. And it's just, it is a real shame that we're losing these guys for the game next week. I mean, see the Kyogo thing, I didn't have it in my head that we'd sail it before Aston Villa game. I really didn't. And Maeda going out, because Segan down there, there's still a chance we can finish in the top 8, and we really want to finish in the top, what is it? The top fucking 16, is it? We might be finishing the top 16 to get seeded. I mean, like it fucking matters, because you get Real, but it doesn't matter, you're fucking seeded. But anyway, but the finish as high up as we can. I mean, I know that I really actually give a fuck about it, but some of the people coming out, you fucking only done this. But we played the 3 Bolton teams at that point, and we beat them all. So what the fuck are you talking about? They're down there because we beat them, you clown. Know what I mean? Fucking hell. Fucking madness, criticising us for beating teams. And the campaign, I was watching that a bit. I was watching the goal show like you were talking about, Liam, and I was watching Atalanta rattling the goals, and I'm looking at them and I'm going, fuck me, we fucking stopped him. And at one point, as we said at the time, had we no get massacred after Dortmund, I dare say in that second half we might have went for them. But it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. And I think Brendan Rodgers and the team deserve a huge amount of credit. And the other night, whilst it wasn't perfect, of course, wasn't perfect because we allowed them back in it. But everybody who's played football in their fucking life, nobody dominates the game for 90 minutes. It's how you react to them coming back in. And we had a guy in next who done his job, done it to the highest level, and then we went and got the luck we deserved. So I'm absolutely fucking buzzing with the team, buzzing. Well done, Celtic. Jason, up to you.
So
hold on, folks. Here, hold on. Just give us a link to tweet out here. No, I only find the Facebook one.
Right, Marty, just Jason, you crack on. I'm fucking Marty. I'll sort it, Marty.
Right, well, I've tweeted and these guys Facebook ones. You don't need to do Facebook.
So I was confident, but I was very, very nervous. I was shitting myself basically getting into the game. So me and Ellie drove in. Well, Ellie drove, had a couple of cans, and I'll tell you the story about before the game, because I went round to meet Harper, and he's young lad that was urban for Dublin. Look. I met him. Harper and Luke went, met him, met Eddie Toner and that, met him at the main stand. Eddie was getting Harper a couple of tickets, my good, sorted them. So me and Ellie stood down there with him for a wee while, met Harper's mate Mackie and that. So it was good, buzzing. So we heads in, so we were behind the goal with the Kano Foundation part. And just buzzing, and we're in the front row, right behind the net. So I didn't know any of the 3 goals were offside either, because you can't tell for there, and they all looked fucking perfect to me, and then they're fucking rolled off. Didn't see the foul at all. In these seats, you can't fucking make out anything really. When the ball's up the other side, you're actually watching the telly, you know, the big screen above the fucking Celtic end. But I see at half time, I was absolutely crestfallen. And the penalty, I mean, I'm right ahead the goal, and just what a poor penalty, man. Fucking terrible. And their goalie was fucking, you didn't touch it. Their goalie ended up playing every fucking position in the park for them at one point. Fucking, he was good, to be fair, but he was a fucking cunt. And I thought they were absolute bastards as well. They were kicking fuck out as the full game. The ref was awful. And seeing the second half, I was starting to get mega worried. And to the point I was actually bricking it. It was just fucking, I was crestfallen, because they did say in the radio after the game on the way home, they were saying probably a draw would have been enough for us, which I didn't know at the time. And it still might not have been, but I'm just saying to myself, I cannot believe this. If we blow this, for the position we were in, I was up to high dough. Me and Ellie both is, and it was just unbelievable. I was see to be honest with you, see the game, right, and like we were talking about the atmosphere, and obviously with the Green Brigade, with the missalette they gave out and stuff like that, and it was just, I was desperate to get right behind the team and sing my heart out and have them. And you know what? See that with 10 minutes to go or 15 minutes to go, when they started singing that Muchachos song and the full stadium sung it. And I'm singing it and I'm in terror, but I was proud to sing it, and I'm sure the players got a lift for that. And it was one of the moments at Celtic Park. It's 0-0. Everybody in the ground is an absolute tenterhooks, but the full stadium is getting behind the crowd. And that's what a football support is all about. See, when your team's struggling, get behind them and fucking roar them over the line. And I thought Hatate played really well in the game. I know you thought he dipped in and out. I thought it was his best game for a while, but that was absolute world class. And see, even before he played the ball, see the way he changed the ball between his feet. See, when you see the jink that he done, he get the ball in the right position and then the ball through to Maida. And I agree with you, Scott, because I actually said to Ellie, I don't think Kyogo would have scored that goal. Well, obviously he didn't score it, but I think Kyogo would have turned round about. See when he got the ball or whatever. I don't know. He has got the pace, but sometimes he doesn't force himself. He might have been doing before he got in the box or whatever. But it was just, I was delighted for Ida, and just fucking when that ball hit the net, I couldn't believe it. It was like, this is getting rolled out. Fucking standing there before I was celebrating. I was just fucking up to fucking high dough. And then just when you knew the ball was in, you were just like, oh, please God. It was just fucking get us over this line and just get us through. And amazing. But there was a load of things in the game that, see where I was sitting, and I mentioned to use in the White Hame in the chat, there was twice, right, Celtic played the ball out for the back, and it was just when they get that main chance, the double chance, Kasper Schmeichel had the ball, and Alistair Johnson is jogging out at the right-hand side with nobody near him, no turning round to Kasper Schmeichel. And Kasper Schmeichel has to play it to the left-hand side. He's got to play it out to Taylor or Valle, that was on at the time. And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? And you're shouting there, fucking turn round. All he's got to do is turn round, receive the ball, and then we'll get the ball up the right-hand side. He done it twice, maybe 3 times, that he wasn't turning round. And I was like, that's fucking disgraceful. Whether it was brain farts or whether he was knackered, or it was fucking, because I thought Johnson was pretty poor, to be honest with you, in the game. I thought Greg Taylor played well, and I think he was unlucky to get hooked. But I think if you'd a player in the class of Valle that was on the right-hand side, Johnson might have got hooked. But I think Valle obviously gives you that option. And Brendan Rodgers got all the credit for the substitutions that he made as well, because they did make a difference. And obviously, Adam Eder coming on, just if Adam Eder wasn't on that park, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have got that goal. Because Kyogo had kind of ran his race, because he didn't really do that much in the second half. And I thought the team were, they came into the game, they must have said at half time, we might as well fucking go for it. But another thing, the fucking time wasting they were doing for fucking minute one, that goalkeeper, every time he got a by kick, he stood there and waited in the defender pulling back, and then gave the fucking ball to the defender, and the defender passed it to the goalie. Everything they were doing to fucking ruin time, which is their right, it's up to us. But I thought they were fucking battering us left, right and centre, and the ref was letting them away with it, and then we get a daft booting, and Maida's sending off. I don't think it was a sending off. But in fucking Champions League terms of the European refs, he has fucking lashed out a bit, but it was fuck all in it. But you can understand why he gave it. But honestly, see the relief at the end with getting that goal, and just the celebrations at the end were absolutely magnificent. And as Liam says, just a bit gutted. Obviously, Kyogo's away, and we didn't get a chance to fucking say cheerio to him. But by all accounts, Rodgers he's been pushing for a move in that. And at the end of the day, I loved you, wee man, you were there, but don't hit your arse on the way out. So He's dead to me now. Simple as that. But
at least let him sign on the dotted line before you can sign.
The bottom line is, I won't be looking out for end results anytime fucking soon. Put it that way. And the wee man was absolute class. You know, he was amazing. You know, for his fucking thanks for all the memories. He was absolutely fucking brilliant. It was a pleasure to fucking watch him playing the green and white, and they were just absolutely fantastic. Gave us so much fucking joy, but just I think that moment with 10 minutes to go, when the crowd go behind the team, and then it just happened, and it just kind of magical Celtic moment that'll live with you forever. And just a great night, and absolutely delighted, just fucking over the moon. And next week, as you say, Scott, it's going to be a fucking killer for us no having the fucking King Maeda and then Kyogo, but it gives other people a chance, you know. There's no pressure on us, so maybe your Luke McCowan, who didn't even get stripped, you know, guys like that might get a chance, and Big Ida will lead the line, and you never know, Johnny Kenny might get a run out, you know, you never know what's going to happen. It could be another magical Celtic night, and we kind of do well in England against English teams when we go and play them in Europe. We've lost a few, but we've won plenty, and I'm getting down there with a good bit of hope for next week that the boys put on a show. And it's just fucking, as I say to you, Scott, it's a funny thing, right? Obviously, I'll be at the game, right? But it's one of the ones with this Champions League setup. It's kind of made for sitting in the house sober with your fucking league out, working out the fucking permutations.
With a fucking ready reckon and a fucking slade rule going.
Aye, but you're right. You need a fucking degree in physics to fucking work it out next week. But it's one of the ones you could be drawing fucking one each, and you're like, fucking let a goal in because you've been sitting with Real Madrid or PSG or something like that. But if you let a goal in, you're getting fucking breast. You know?
Need to bring back the league ladders. Do you used to get them in Scotland?
What was that, mate?
Of course we did. What do you think we're fucking some kind of backwater?
There's angry Scott out. Yeah.
Fucking matching shoot made across the border, you maniac.
What were they, Liam? Tell me again.
Like little cardboard things with the team name on the top, and you actually put them in, you know, whichever slot in the league that you were in.
Every week. Aye.
I would just leave Celtic top of mine all the time, even when they weren't top.
Aye. Because you used to get the El Panini Fitba magazines, Fitba, the sticker things, and Scottish teams were the wee cards. It was the English Premiership and the English First Division at the time. And we had, ours was you get two in a page, and Rangers were always the last page with St Mirren, so I just fucking ripped that out. Just collected the rest. So I've been joined by a fucking esteemed guest tonight.
Guest.
I'm your host, Joe McKenna.
Public of Hood.
How you doing, son?
What's happening? All right, boys.
Fresh from the fucking Joe Rogan show or some fucking shit.
Had to give Scott his moment.
There you go. How's things, Jofus?
All good, man. Had a good week. Good week trip.
Right, well, you've just come in at the right time, so give us a wee rundown of your fucking few days in Glasgow.
There's nothing crazy. Obviously, it was just like flew into Edinburgh. We got to Alan's house on London Road about 10:15 Tuesday night. Up the next morning, went down to Gallagher for some breakfast. Took him out to the arcades for the day. Met up with Liam to get the tickets, and then headed up the road and met Cormac Ryan, who very kindly ferried over the bottle of bourbon that was won on the raffle to save me having to ship it. So fair play to Cormac, big man. Do what? Here's the thing. Do you ever meet a big handsome bastard like Cormac who's fit as fuck? Right? And you meet him, you feel like, I need to get away from this guy, I feel bad. Right? Because I met him and he goes, I just ran 25k. I was like, fuck my face, will you?
So I had to walk 10 miles with the big handsome bastard.
Get that bottle of bourbon, fuck off. You big handsome fit cunt.
He puts in some miles watching the hoops, doesn't he? Fucking Dublin. Very rarely misses a home game.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Great. Well, so I fucking lifesaver. Met big Cormac. Up to Alan's house for a couple of hours. Had a bit of. But my wee man had his first pizza crunch, which he loved.
Oh, for
And
I've never had one.
You've never had a pizza crunch?
No, and I don't think I ever will, to be honest with
you. They are delicious now, in fairness.
You're not missing much.
It's
I mean, it's not Michelin star fucking food, obviously. I mean, it's like it's
the shitiest frozen pizza, dipped in fucking batter and fried in a vat of fucking manky oil. So,
and that is the only attraction. But I so hung out with Big Al. Big Al's doing well. Fucking, it was great seeing him. I haven't seen him in a while. And he's got a car and all now. We're out about in the car, and that was great. And then the game was mental. The game was mental, right? But here's the thing: like my man's been to Santley Park. It must be 7-8 times now, and he'd be 10 now in July. But I think that game, that evening, that night, is the first time he ever didn't like fucking look to do something else or get distracted. He was totally fucking involved in the game. I mean, the game was mental. He shouted at me one time. He goes, that referee must be a fucking hun. I did. I clipped him around the ear. I said, little rapscallion. But and then fucking like then like it was. I think you mentioned there a minute ago, Jay, about the last like sort of 10 minutes. I see around 72 minutes, things started to get edgy, right? Oof. Things started to get, people started to get.
I was counting the clock for about 55 minutes. Fucking
but over where I was, like things were bouncing, like with the boys, everything was going well, right? And there was a lot of fun. But there was a lull around 72 minutes, and you could just sense the angst. And the fucking anxiety, the collective anxiety just going around the fucking area. I was like, oh, fuck me, this could go fucking sideways. So, see, like we had so many fucking chances. So many chances. But see when that, like, the goal actually came, it was so fucking, like, the celebration was so pregnant. You know what I mean? It was like fucking, because Ada had to run, and you're just waiting for him to slip under the keeper, right? And the keeper makes a great save and it bounces off. But see watching that back on YouTube or whatever, the ball just kind of bounces off Benito, goes into the goal. See in real time, it felt like about a fucking hour and a half.
Aye. And see where I'm sitting, I'm in the front row at the opposite end. I actually thought he'd have scored. I didn't know it was a deflection or anything. Do you know what I mean? But it seemed to me as if the ball just trundled into the net. It was as if like he'd had miskicked it and it had just fucking trundled into the net. And I didn't know. And you were seeing the crowd going mental, and then it's fucking, you just knew it was a goal, and it was, oh my God. Then it was just praying that it wasn't going to get fucking ruled out.
But that was the thing. I think everybody knew it was like, that's the fuck, that is the goal. That is it. You know what I mean? There's no fucking taking that away from us now. You know what I mean? That's it. Because like, it did fucking three just like goals, a fucking missed penalty, and a fucking red card. You're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But I know, brilliant. Like, I mean, I think everybody was shattered leaving the place.
Oh, totally. Mentally and physically drained. I was gone, man, but it was fucking amazing. Just one of the great Celtic nights. And, you know, you think to yourself, beating Young Boys of Bern, who are both in the Champions League 1-0. And see, the thing is as well, 7 Champions League games this season, 1 loss. That's fucking brilliant.
Aye.
You know, that's tremendous. And it doesn't matter who you're playing.
What does that mean for the coefficient? 3 wins and 3 draws can't be bad. Surely the fuck.
I'll be asking questions like that tonight, Marty.
It means if Rangers win the league in the next 3 years, they'll be in a good spot. But that ain't fucking happening.
Aye.
I thought you'd have had that well crunched, McCurry. You let down merchant.
Well, crunch.
Were any's a wee bit gutted when Fernandes scored last night to dent the coefficient slightly?
No. Absolutely.
I can't believe anybody answered them.
Too busy laughing.
Do you know what though? I like that it was Rio Ferdinand on co-commentary with fucking McCoy, because Rio Ferdinand.
He's a fucking fan. Yeah,
he's a Celtic fan. He's a Celtic fan.
Fucking, he slags Scottish football to fuck. He's just a fucking dick. He thinks Scottish football's fucking dark agey stuff, and it was like Man United were playing Fraser. But do you know what? Obviously, a fucking no interest in the fucking whatever they want to call them, getting anything for anywhere ever. But it's when they start fucking slating Scottish football and that, you're a wee bit, fuck you, as you cunts, do you know what I mean?
The fairness, according to the highlights, the Huns look decent, but I didn't watch the game, so I don't know.
I watched it.
See, I didn't watch any. I watched Wrexham Birmingham last night, and the boys were up. I was going to put it on, and the boys were updating me. And by the time I was going to turn on, the Huns just scored, and I was like, right, I'm leaving it. And my mates going off in a big rant. How the fuck's this a draw? They've got battered. They're fucking rotten. This is rotten. So I went to bed thinking they fucking drew. Do you know what I mean? I never knew the fucking. I woke up this morning. I was like, no danger.
By the way, Scott, there was maybe a 10-15 minute period to get battered, but they didn't get battered at all. They had plenty of chances. Fucking hit the post and missed a fucking couple of right good chances.
And Dasser's goal was a cracker too, but here you needed her a fucking bad lad.
Oh, they're brutal.
Shite.
And I'll tell you one thing, by the way, regardless of what any MD says, they Huns fans went down there and took the absolute piss. See, when they scored, there was pockets erupting all around that stadium, and I mean erupting, gone berserk. See, when they actually went to the away crowd, see the section at the left of it, if you're standing on the park looking at the away corner where they were in, see the section at the left, there must have been fucking 200-300 Rangers fans in the other side of the police cordon, gone fucking tonto and above.
But that has, I don't know, the time I was down in Old Trafford when we played them, I was sitting right behind the fucking dugout. I was actually Stephen Pearson.
Aye, but we get tickets in the main stand as well. I was in the main stand for one of the games. It wasn't behind the dugout. It was like at the back.
Well, I was sitting
in boxes.
I was sitting with a load of cunts. We were all trying to find out if we were Celtic fans. We wouldn't speak. We were going, "Will you Celtic? You Celtic?" We were going, "Aye, whatever. No, whatever."
No hablas inglés.
Exactly, but see, when we were fucking leaving, we were shouting like fuck. So we got horsed anyway, so they didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So
they were fucking everywhere in that stadium, and they were fucking getting it wildy when they scored. You know, none of them were fucking, because even across for the camera there was a fucking pocket area about 40 erupted. But seemingly the Europa League games at Old Trafford, they don't sell it out, so it is quite easy to get tickets. So seemingly there's big investigations going on with Man United now because they're raging. But you even seen the video before it. They're fucking in the Man United end of the pie hang me fucking getting it fucking wildy.
I did enjoy seeing the videos of some of them getting punched to fuck like that. I enjoyed that.
Fucking hardly anything. The boy that was so-called punched, you could have seen that punch coming for the last week. I get down the stairs.
It was swung from fucking 2 weeks ago.
I know they stairs well because I've been fucking dragged down them with the Polish ones.
I know your stores well.
But enough of them. But Wednesday night, fucking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, and just that Casper Schmeichel, absolutely. Tell me something. See whenever they started singing, about 10 minutes to go with the Machachu song, was it? Because obviously I was kind of quite near, well, maybe 3 sections away from the Green Brigade, so it was right loud where we were. Was it loud or in the ground?
Aye. I
thought
the atmosphere was brilliant.
Aye.
The atmosphere was absolutely.
And I tell you, sorry, Liam, on you go.
Yeah, sorry, I meant to say on that point about the atmosphere, I meant to say at the start, we had some rare fan mail after Monday's show from a long-time listener, Sarah, aged 32 and a half, who said who said the Prawn Sandwich Brigade getting their 2 pence in to oust the old ultras from the singing section. Yeah. Let's hear you tomorrow then, fuckers.
Is that the Sarah we know?
Yes, well she fucking heard us.
Sarah D.
And by the way, she was
legend.
It was me that said it. I was not saying it. It was you that brought it up, Liam, about those at the back of the standing section.
There you go.
Fucking hell, the cock crowed there. Fucking hell.
Beep, here comes a bus. Here comes a bus.
Sarah,
get your head down the ground, mate.
Fuck get the neck with you, Higgins, man. What's the meeting?
And Sarah, when you're looking for a target, you know where to aim it.
I know for it wasn't fucking me, alright? So get up, please.
Get it.
Yeah,
I was as usual, non-committal.
Right. So, see, before, like, let me tell you my wee story before the game, right? This is a fucking absolute disgrace, right? So, me and Ellie have parked the car up, and we've walked round, and instead of walking round for the back of the Celtic end, we says, right, we'll just go round by the Real McCoy and round by Turnstiles and just walk that way. So we've got round by the Real McCoy and Turnstiles. The next thing, they've got the big metal sheets up, see, like when you're playing Rangers and stuff like that to keep fans apart. They've got them up, but the door was opened and everybody was running in. So I'm like, Ellie, come on, hurry up. So we just down and they shut the big metal thing. So I've chapped it and the coppers went like that. No, you can't get through. You'll need to get around the stadium. I'm like, fuck. So I've walked back and there was 3 Young Boys fans. They must have come out of Turnstiles at bar 1888 or whatever it's called now. And they're like, how do we get? I says, well, I'm walking around that way. Come with me. They're like, I no bother. So the 3 of them have came with me and Ellie. And then they were fucking stoating away behind us. So we've just walked on. There was no fucking trouble. There was Young Boys fans in the pubs and fucking nobody's bothering their ass with anybody. So me and Ellie have walked around. We've walked, instead of walking down under the north stand, going into the main stand, I says, it looks as if we can get through down that way. So I've walked down there just to go by the away end, and we're standing at the away end. The coppers, get back, get back. We're like, what the fuck? And see as they're pushing us back, there's hundreds of Celtic fans walking past them from the main stand, walking around that way. It's just constant stream of Celtic supporters. But what they were doing was they were waiting on the Young Boys fans coming up. Like they must have been giving them a corteo for the city centre or whatever. So we're like, all right. And there was a Polish woman standing there. And by what I'm talking about, there was hundreds of Polish. Next thing, they're on horses and everything, pushing us back. Get back, get back. And I'm talking, this is me, Ellie, all lassies, all men and all that, trying to get to the main stand. No fucking trouble, nothing whatsoever. And they're pushing us back, horses pushing us back. So we've walked back and walked past the turnstiles, walked away past that. Or no, just before it sort of thing, the burger vans that were there. And I'm like to the woman, how long are we going to wait? She's maybe about 10 minutes. She was all right. So next thing, they're on, get them all back, get them all back. So we're standing there. And next thing, the Young Boys curtail comes up. None of them are even singing. Fucking old woman and all that, waving at us and everything. And you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? Right? And next thing, they did a charge to fucking put us further back. And you're like, what the actual fuck are you doing? And I'm like to the coppers, this is some fucking use of public money, use your cunts. This is a fucking disgrace. Thanks for your support, pal, and all that. As if to say, get it fucking up you. And then they come up with about fucking 15 riot vans, and they've all piled out them as if they're fucking doing something. And see when the Young Boys are walking towards us, their fans, and then get into the away end, there's more Celtic fans coming, walking round to get into the fucking Rangers end. And you're just like, and then 10 minutes later, they went, all right, on you go now. You're like, what the fuck were you doing here?
Absolute
not one fucking crossword between the two sets of fans. Nothing. Just fucking, they cunts. Just unbelievable. An absolute fucking joke. Public fucking servants. Honest to God. They were actually trying to cause trouble between the two sets of fans.
Yep. That's exactly what they were doing.
An absolute disgrace. Unbelievable. Sure. Oh, it was fucking shocking. And then they let us through, and then I just walked up to the main stand. And as you're walking up there, there's still hundreds of Young Boys fans stoating up with cans and all that, just enjoying their day out. Do you know, like, what the actual fuck were you doing there? Just fucking beggars belief.
As Bretton Behan said, I have never seen a situation so dismal that it cannot be made worse by the attendance of a police officer.
Never a truer word.
Me and Joseph, we seen loads of Young Boys lads, like you say, Jibo, in the towns with cans of tenants, just kicking about, having a good
Somebody
time.
Says they were
in
walking,
and out of the Celtic shop, having a good time.
Somebody says they were walking up when the cordio come up, they were handing out fucking Swiss chocolate to kids.
Aye. You see the video of that young lad Joshua?
I've seen it
at the end of
there.
the game. See that, right? I'm fucking get the fan. Like, they all seem sound as a pound.
Marty, they were all waving to us and that, saying good luck and everything in the Champions League. We will not be here for a while and all that. They fucking couldn't have been any nicer. Do you know what I mean? They were just fucking normal fucking guys going to a game of football. I'm standing with my daughter and getting fucking chased down the street with police horses. You're like, what the actual fuck are you doing?
13-12.
Oh, wow.
Brutal. But anyway, that's my wee rant. But it didn't spoil an absolute amazing night. Just
Was it
fantastic.
Great night, great atmosphere, great fucking. It was brilliant. I mean, like the anticipation, the fucking. Here's the thing, Nick. It was funny because I was speaking to Cormac, and Cormac says going into the Bruges game, he said everybody was like fucking super confident and buzzing, and it didn't work out that way. He said, but it didn't. Like I kind of noticed going in, everybody's a wee bit reserved. People were fucking concerned about the result, concerned about what could be lost and what could be gained. And it wasn't like everybody was fucking up for it. Let's fucking go and win this. It seemed to me everybody was kind of like going, let's get in and get this done. And then fucking in the stadium, the place was just rocking. Like,
and I tell you, fair play to Young Boys. They created some atmosphere as well.
yeah,
They there too. See there too. Capos. They never watched a fucking ball getting kicked because they're out at left of me. Two absolute fucking Teds as well. It was a double denim they done in that fucking.
Oh yeah, the Stonewash denim was way on show.
Honking, man. Fucking hell.
I was like, I seen a video of them going through town, and I was like, is this the start of Footloose?
I actually thought it was a fucking Donegal Select we were playing. Fucking.
They're missing the polished brown boots, J-Bo.
I'm always here for a bit of Donegal slagging.
It's a bit more boot cut in the country.
Aye, I fucking love Donegal, but their fucking fashion sense is fucking wild, man.
They don't have fashion; they just have access to clothes.
To be fair, Joe, the fucking Mick I've seen you and you'd fat well and
We were all thinking it, and J-Bo just came out and says it.
Exactly. Listen. If you're comfortable in your clothing, you're comfortable. That's it. That's it.
But aye, but their fans were absolutely brilliant. They go right behind their team. It's quite funny that they do these fucking mad flags that says "a riot" on it, and I'm like, you don't look as if you could fucking riot anywhere. But they have me as long as you're enjoying yourself, boys. But what about their team and all? They were fucking massive. Every one of them, they were fucking man.
Well, that's the thing that kind of made me concerned the more the game went on, because I said, I was just kind of going. I was like, these boys are fucking huge, like. I mean, they were all tall, big lads. Like nearly all. I'd say maybe one of them was slightly the size of one of our players. I mean, slightly the size of Johnson. I mean, but most of them were like bigger than Trusty.
Hey guys, we do have a wee team though.
Aye.
But Trusty's a big lad though in that team. But see that big number 20 that got booked. He was fucking huge.
What about when that Cedric didn't come on the door? They just think he's going to score.
Yep.
Aye, fucking hell, man. He's going to fucking. And by the way, didn't he look too bad? He looked a wee bit about him. He looked decent enough. But,
see, I always thought he was decent. I actually thought he was a decent player at the Monkeys as well. But it was just it's a time. See, unless you're scoring goals to beat us, it really doesn't matter. Because see that Dessers scored a decent amount of goals for him, but because he doesn't really do it in the bigger games, and because we're winning the league, the Huns all hate him. You know what I mean? And it's Flo had the same thing. I think Flo's got a decent record for the Monkeys, but because we fucking slapped the head right off him at that point, it was he's shite.
The price tag as well, because at the time the price tag was fucking humongous. When they signed him for that amount of money, there wouldn't have been many higher transfers anywhere.
But see, that was the kind of era of like 12 to 15 million was massive money in that market. I mean, anything bigger than that was like Real Madrid, Barcelona.
Let me think back. So Alan Shearer done Euro 96 and signed for Newcastle in a British record. So that would be summer 96. He went to Newcastle for Blackburn. And
Man United couldn't afford them.
See when we went down, no, that's no right. Man United.
Is that no, sorry. See when. No, I think that was right.
He knocked Man United back twice. Because obviously the second time he's got to Newcastle, wasn't he?
No, was it no when Blackburn signed them, Man United couldn't afford them?
No. Of course they could afford them because he signed for Blackburn for 3.3 million back then.
I'm pretty sure that Jack Walker outbid Man United.
He outbid them, but it's not to say Man United never.
Well, but they weren't willing to pay the money.
Man United didn't want to pay it because he was gone, and then 2 years later they bought Roy Keane when. Never mind. We're gonna have to talk.
Roy Keane was only a couple of million for not.
What's the point? What's the point, caller?
Roy Keane was 3.75.
Right. So anyway,
it's mad, isn't it? I remember all of that because I was a wee guy and I was sober. You know what I mean?
Aye.
10 years later, fuck all, man.
Anyway, back to the Tory Andrew.
Sorry.
What year did he sign with them?
What year did who sign for who?
Tory Andrew Flo signed
2001.
2001.
Right. So there wouldn't be many 10 million transfers going about at that time.
Well, aye, okay.
It
was 12 million. It was huge.
Million.
It was huge. It was big dick signing. They probably didn't even need to spend that much, but that fucking knob that Murray being the cunt he was. You know what I mean?
But hadn't we horsed them a few times prior to that?
Say that again, Joe.
We'd given him a good doing a few times.
No, we beat them 6-2. We beat them 6-2 because I think his first game was a 5-1 game at Ibrox. I'm pretty sure he scored a back heel against us.
I remember that, yeah.
But anyway, so what was the point?
Just talking about the transfer fee and stuff like that.
So. No, because I wanted to keep talking about the happiness we were all feeling on Monday night and Wednesday night because I've got to say Thursday I was pretty sad. I'm kind of over it now, but yesterday was a sad day, I must to say. But no, Wednesday was, and if you're saying, Jason, I had a good drink in me, so I kind of protected myself for that massive fucking freaking out. We fucked this. I still support.
I had 2 cans. That's all I had before the game, so I was fucking freaking out big time. I was Ellie had internet reception, so she kept putting the league up, and she's like, "Look, Dad." And I'm like, "Where are we in the league now?" And she's like, "We're only fucking dead. We're only one below us." And they're like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, we're out."
We'll blow that.
Fucking Papa anxiety. Fuck.
Aye. She's like, "Man City are winning 2-0." She's that's shite because they're at home the last game. You'd want PSG to win there. You know.
How they fuck that?
No, sorry. You want because PSG are away for him. No, I says you'd want PSG to win that game or a draw, but.
Doctor Doom, indeed.
It's getting your heat fucking wrecked about how you're making control over.
It's great though. It's great that all the games are on the last day together.
Mate, it's going to be something else. Really, it's going to be something.
Yeah, I'll tell you another thing. How much I was freaking out. Right, I got that Everton Celtic bobble hat. Right, I've only wore it to one game before. It was Tannadice away, and it was 0-0. And I had it on, and it's 0-0 with fucking 80 minutes. And I'm like, I take this after. Is it my fault? Is it my fault? And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, you fucking mad cunt? There's fucking 60,000 here. It's got absolutely fuck all to do with you've got on your hat, your balls, your feet. Fucking grow up. Fucking hell, you're 53-year-old. Fucking, it's my fault because I've got a fucking bobble.
J-Bo. So one of your big mates, he never went to the game. Well, I don't know what he done something, but he gave the ticket to one of the other boys, Burkie, another Donegal cat, and Burkie went and sat with. So he swapped seats with a guy, a usual punter, and they go to half time, and everybody's like, "You better swap seats, by the way. This is unlucky. You know what I mean?
It's fucking mental what you see the mental gymnastics you do in your head. Where I'm not really a superstitious type of guy, apart from when it comes to Celtic. And you're thinking, what have I got on here? And it's this fucking heart. It's this fucking heart. I've got a scarf in my pocket. Harper gave me an Athletic Bilbao scarf. And I had it sitting one way. I'm like, if I turn this scarf round, maybe it's that's fucking causing this. You know, fucking, you are insane, son. What the fuck are you doing?
Everybody listening to it all understands exactly.
I don't understand. Do you know what it is? It's sociological. It's just sociological tribalness. Like,
as if that full game is down to me and a fucking daft seat in the goal. Everything that I do is controlling the game.
I know, but just because you believe that it may be possible doesn't mean that it's not possible.
But rationally, I don't believe it at all.
Right. Listen,
but you know, it's a good one. It's a good one. It's like, see if you're watching, like, say, the Huns are on the telly, you want them to get beat or something like that. And some cunt says, by the way, I think this mob will score against the Huns and the Huns scored, and you're like, that's your fault.
How many group chats have had fucking arguments over cunts going like, just turned it on and they scored. You're a fucking dick.
By the way, see the amount of times I've said things that's crowd things. So I'm on an Everton chat, right, and I'm fucking watching the Huns game. I'm like, by the Rangers are going to win this. And fucking straight away, Man United scored to go 1-0 up. The next fucking cop, because I'm watching it in the fucking thing, but it's a delay. So next thing, Doc, one of the guys on it, just posted 1-0. Fucking, I'm like, it worked with the fucking player side. No, like the amount of times I've done that and just fucking said something and the opposite's happened straight away.
See, be honest, Jason, I always knew it was you. I knew.
I fucking think it is me. I think there's something in it.
The literal unseen thing in hand.
That's you. It's you and that Andy Cameron one.
The Wizard of Wishaw. The real Wizard of Wishaw.
Shouldn't be wearing new hats in the game.
He's got a wizard hat. Big
no, but it wasn't a new hat. I'm saying I wore it at Tannadice. We drew 0-0. And this is 0-0. And I've only wore it to 2 games. And I'm like, it's fucking this hat, fucking telling you. But I kept it on my head and see when the goal went in, I'm fucking being cured. Fucking praise the Lord.
If anybody out there in our listenership can make wizard hats, please make a Celtic and Everton wizard hat so we can give it to Jason.
Just on the chat there, Andy Cameron, 1916, he says, I did the same at 75 minutes with a hat my boy got with for Christmas. Fucking mental. Fucking. Do you know what? It's just like everybody's getting there. It's fucking bonkers, man. Jesus.
It's part of the fucking. It's part of the fun, isn't it? Though.
Aye, it's just
like, is it me? It's my fault, isn't it? It's my fault.
The actual mental torture you put through. You say to yourself, how does this mean so much to me? You know, like it's absolutely mental. It's just fucking.
It's one of the things that if you stand back, I suppose, away from yourself and like subjectively or objectively look at it and go like, does this make sense? It probably doesn't make an awful lot of fucking sense. You know what I mean?
But let's face it. See being obsessed with a football team and just like fucking dedicating your life to it apart from your family and that, and fucking the shite you get through about it, and you're just like, what the fuck am I doing, man?
Living, Jabo. Fuck it, you're living. Fuck it, we're all fucking living.
I love it.
We're living. That's what we're fucking doing. We're living. That's the thing that I really enjoyed. We went to it. Like, I think it was the first time that the wee lad recognised like the environment. He's been there loads of times, but it was the first time he recognised like the environment and the fun of it. And the togetherness of it, you know what I mean? And the whole, I can just see it resonate with him. I mean, because he was just fucking pumped for everything. Pumped for everything. And I was like, this is brilliant. Brilliant. I mean, and
this is a good one here, isn't it?
What?
Gongo Hunter. I'll go in the turnstile, whoever Kyogo or Ida is playing 8 or 9.
It's fucking mad.
I touch the tap as I walk through down to my seat every time.
Well, that welcome to Anfield shite, like similar to that. Is it the same kind of thing?
It's just a wee belly badge.
Had the shit on it, didn't he? Had the shit on it.
No. So you touch your aim tap or one on the top of the bit when you're walking in?
There's a wee selling badge at the top, and I just touch it. Like, as you say, welcome to Anfield.
Aye, that's shite, because that always fucking gave me the heebie-jeebies with they bastards.
You want fuck your superstition, Scott.
Aye, I know, but it's fucking mental, you know.
Well, I'm not going to get started on the stupid hats, but there you go.
Aye, no. I'm talking about the full. So here's the thing, Scott. Right, see if you'd forgot to tap that, right, and you were sitting at your feet,
Yeah. And it's not neat.
Wrong, would you go out and tap it?
I done it. I went to the toilet and done it when I come back. Certainly, aye, definitely.
It's brilliant, man. It's brilliant. It's just the things that, and the thing is, see if the result didn't go our way, right? You're actually blaming yourself, aren't you? Walking, I never fucking. So imagine you're walking just ready to get into your house, and it just hits you. You never tapped that.
Well, tapped it's my fault.
Hell.
Aye, it's a punch.
Devastating.
The thing is, right, so he's already kind of spoken about today, but Marty, Jerry, and Mad Dog, so they going about their fucking Mad Dog and Jerry going about lucky scarves, right? So these fucking scarves, they've had the scarves for years. These scarves have saw some of the worst fucking sales. Honest to God, it was like, oh, I nearly forgot my lucky scarf. And every time there's fuck all lucky about it. You're lucky you've not got fucking some disease off it. Is that fucking all?
See on the I need to tell this though. I've told you all know it, right? But in case anyone doesn't know it, right, it's an old one. But we were at my mate Lenny's stag do. Must have been fucking 20 odd year ago in Amsterdam, and fucking there's a squaddies, and it was like 90% Celtic supporters. There was a couple of that mob there. I think maybe a Motherwell fan. But anyway, we're sitting there the day we're ready to leave. Next thing, all these fucking Hearts fans appeared. We're like, what the fuck? So they were earlier in pre-season tour. So a few of the Lockheed division were with us. Okay. So we're all sitting at this fucking cafe, right? Fucking all these fucking steamboats. The Hearts fans have come down and they started fucking getting a bit lippy, and fucking next thing it was a couple of Celtic taps on and that. And fucking it started getting a wee bit fucking hairy, and this old cunts comes in, fucking singing the fucking Heart song. He's like, fucking, all right, boys, I'm at this fucking Heart scarf for 60 fucking years. It's fucking Holmesy for lucky, we're up to Gaff and fucked at the canal. Says, you're not going anywhere, you fucking cunt.
Really shite to a high degree, but fucking hilarious.
Provocation 101.
Must be fucking something about fucking Hearts fans.
Every time I think of that, I fucking wet myself. It's a fucking shame. But you've not got anywhere, so fuck off.
We went Santa Ponza one year, and Hearts threw Real Mallorca in the fucking UEFA Cup. Must have been 88.
I worked with a boy, Jambo, and he was at that.
So fucking so there was a couple of them hanging about Santa Ponza, wasn't that many, and they were staying up in the day apartments, and they had a big fucking red hand of Ulster flag on the fucking balcony. We were like, oh, fuck that fucking place, fuck them off the balcony and all that shit. So anyway, we're out that night, and we sort of was 120 of us, and some of the boys kind of fucking split off the main crowd, and they were generally quieter fellas. So they says, where are you going? This is, we're going up to like Kyogo's or somewhere like that. And says, well, sure, we'll come up and we'll catch up with you later. Says, we're going to have a couple of games of pool. That's dead on. So we were down around the fucking strip, drinking, singing, and whatever else. And then we said, we've got to see these cunts are, and we headed up. And it was weird. We walked into the bar. The two of them were kind of standing against the wall. And we were like, what the fuck? That's very fucking strange. So we went in, all the fucking jambos were in the bar. And these two fellas were dead quiet. Like, over and says, fucking cunts are trying to start us. Is that right? Bump, we all pale in, just lifted the pool table and tried to push them in the, like, corner them into the bar.
So they were all, oh, we don't want any trouble, we'll leave. So get out the fuck now, we'll fucking put you out. So they fucked off. So that was all right. The next night, we were sitting having a beer in the hotel before we were heading out that night, and and the match was on. Sitting watching the match. So fucking next thing, the TV camera turns to the crowd, and it was a close up of a cop, and it was like, you know, the Guard of Civil, the riot police with all the fucking gear on. He says, "Where's that fucking close up of that cop?" And then you could see him shuffling down a fucking row of seats. And then you could see another cop coming, and he was shuffling down too. And the cameraman was zooming out. And next thing you just seen your man's big fucking nose, one of the cunts who was in the bar the night before. And the cop just crowned him with a baton. We were all like, yeah, I'll fucking kill him, you fucking bastards. Bullying. They weren't too fucking smart then.
I think they'd a bit. See, the wee boy Gogs I used to work with, he's a sound wee guy, man, fucking half staff for Bathgate. And he went and he was telling us this, they stayed in Magaluf, so they arrived one of the right early morning. I think they had about 5,000 at the game. They always take a massive travel and support. And he says they go to their hotel. It was one of the early morning flights because that was. I think that was before your EasyJets and all that kicked in, wasn't it, Marty?
I would have been.
You'd have been on a package deal.
Maybe 7, 8, 8, maybe.
Aye. So they all landed at Magaluf, and he says we go to
I was in the days when you still use travel agents.
Aye. So he says they all booked a week in Mallorca. So he says it was one of the flights. It was like the flight left at midnight or whatever, you know, late at night, and you go there like 4 a.m. or whatever. So they took them, they couldn't check in. So they're all sitting around about the pool with carrots and that. And they've looked up to their Magaluf and he says there's all these England flags hanging out the balconies. So they're all like, fucking, they got them, fucking get them done. So they're all sitting there, fucking, say about fucking 100 jambos, fucking sitting on about the fucking sun loungers bevying. And the next thing, fucking, it's about 8 a.m, they're all fucking rat-arsed. They still can't check in. The next thing, the English guys have come out and they're looking down. Oh, what, boys? They're like, if you don't get that fucking England flag off that balcony, you'll be fucking falling it down because we'll be ripping it off. And he says, fucking the dynamics of the fucking hotel just changed because all these English folk there for a fucking holiday in fucking Magaluf. Next thing, there's 5,000 Hearts fans saying, fuck England. And it says, Gog says they were all like fucking, say, Leeds fans and fucking whatever, are up trying to fucking soak up their asses. Like, all right, boys, yeah, we like Arsenal. That fuck off, days, fuck. Like, fucking, it says their holidays were fucking ruined because it says they just took our Magaluf for like a fucking week. Do you know what I mean? It was just fucking carnage. But
that's fucking smart. They should have kept their fucking mouth shut.
Exactly. But as we digress, so. I think now's the time. Joe, well, you should maybe just take over the reins of this, but I think now we need to talk about fucking the impending departure and impending arrival of departure of a hero and arrival of a hero.
Well, we should look back at the genetic, the specifics. Liam, should we not? No.
The Jota transfer. Well, I tell you what, so who on this pod was a Saudi tax expert? Because it wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
So we had a Saudi tax expert that said this was impossible.
No, but somebody else. Hold on. Somebody on the huddle board, I think Beer Guzzler, who actually would be a fucking sort of a tax expert, said that when he signs, if he signs now or sort of towards the end of January, it's 100 days, and the 100 days will be over the threshold of the fucking 2-year period. So it's actually right.
Get your money, son.
So basically, once. So sorry, Marty, I can't really hear you. So what you're saying? So what's the 100 days?
He says when you re-domicile, when you come back.
Right.
You have 100 days. It's like 100 days grace to sort your fucking tax affairs out. So he said that if you think about it, it's the end of January. So 100 days will carry you past year's end. So it actually puts him past the two year period.
Right. So that's how you can sign. So I'm glad we've cleared that one up pretty quickly. So let's not get into transfer businesses about how the Jota transfer deal works, but that's it.
No, I think Kyogo leaving. I mean, it's sad. It's sad. It is. It's really sad because that lad he didn't come from obscurity. He came from a place that we'd never heard of. Ange brought him, and it was like, what the fuck are we getting here? And I remember it was during COVID that he came, yeah. And his first game was a friendly, and I was in Tenerife at the time watching it. We'd gone on holiday, and we'd done all that testing and shit. And I remember watching him play for the first time, and there was chances coming, and he wasn't getting there. But something like we got back on the pod when I got back, and we all agreed. Listen, see when this clicks, it's going to be unreal. This guy's going to be class. When it clicks, when it gets there, it's going to be brilliant. And that's exactly what happened. When it clicked, but then he exceeded what we saw in the beginning. He just got better and better and better. And I never forget, like fucking. I don't know who I was with in the stands. Was it me and Big Ziggy, or me and Jack? Watching the game against the Huns, when he scored that screamer, because it's like I was screaming to play on Mieta, and he just fucking took a dig, and it was an absolute fucking peach of a goal. It's just, I mean, yeah, you can't replace what that guy does. I mean, the fact that he's 30 is mad because he looks about fucking 15. I mean, but
and that's the thing. We will have got his best years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, we got him at his absolute fucking peak.
Well, the thing is nowadays, like obviously he has his all about twisting, turning, and his movement, and he's rapid. He'll be able to do that for another 3-4 years easy, and he'll play. People are dead fit, you know. He's obviously no fucking brought up in the west of Scotland, fucking or Belfast, Buckfast drinking culture. Do you know what I mean? These guys are fucking proper athletes, so he'll be able to play for a right good few years. But Celtic have cashed in at the right time, and the bottom line is he wanted to leave. That's the big thing for me, because Rodgers has just come out and said he made rumblings that he wanted to leave, and now he's made it very clear that he wanted to leave, and he's left. So fuck off. You know,
guys. You know, we talked about on here. We talked about on here a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? When the Atalanta kind of rumours came in, and you know, we said, is it the right time to start getting rid of some of the players from Ange's time? And nobody wants to see Kyogo go. But what was interesting, I think it was last week that somebody asked Brendan Rodgers at the press conference quite directly. You know, there's an interest in Atalanta. You know, is this a problem for you? Whatever. And Atlanta, sorry. Atlanta. Yeah. And Rodgers comes straight out and said, he didn't skirt around it. He said, if people don't want to be here, they can go.
Aye.
Which kind of told you what was going on in the background, really, you know?
Yeah.
He was very, you know, clear and concise about it, that he was going to head off. So,
and the thing is, Liam, as well, we all go back to the fucking COVID season. We get keeping guys like Edouard that didn't want to be here, you know, because Lenny kept him because the fans would have went mental, which we would have, right? Because we need to get the 10 in a row and you're selling our best striker and that. But when you're at a football club, if somebody doesn't want to be there, get fucking rid of them and get as much money as you can for them and fucking rebuild. Yeah. You know, because if you're selling somebody, you're obviously in the middle of a transfer window, so you've got that money to fucking get somebody else in that wants to be here. But,
it was at the press conference, like Rodgers came out and said, he told us months ago he does not want to be here, therefore he's... And that's exactly what should have happened and should happen. You know what I mean? You can be nostalgic about players, and I fucking spent money getting the bastard's name in our chase. Fuck's sake, that's going to have to get fucking burnt now too. But you know what I mean? It's like good decision making on the club's part.
100%.
And we all knew it was coming because he changed his agent, and he only changed his agent for one thing. I heard ages ago that he
you did say that, Marty, a while ago.
Yeah, so it's like, so it was common knowledge about Celtic, and one of the journalists said that Rodgers he says surely the rest of the dressing room must have known that he wanted to go. So what's happening in your dressing room? And Rodgers just said, I'm not in the dressing room. I don't know, because you have to ask the players. But this is not an untypical thing in football. Like players want to move, that want different challenges. It's interesting that it's Ren though. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't think anybody would have predicted he would have been going to Ren. So the stuff with Jota, it's. You know what I mean? It seems far more like Celtic have went to Ren and went, look, listen, we have a class player here. If you want him, give us something this other one that we want. Surely the fuck Kyogo
I
would be saying,
think there's a fair bit in that, Marty. I agree.
I would agree with that because it's too fucking outlandish to think that Ren were scouting Kyogo. By the way, it might have been that way. It might have been saying to themselves, this Jota's fucking hopeless for us, right? We don't want him. He's dead fucking money. Who could we say? He loves Celtic. Fucking maybe Ren's fucking made the initiative to Celtic.
Aye, I agree with Matt. There's definitely a correlation between the two games. I think somebody's kind of went. It's like the old fucking one when Howard Wilkinson phoned up for Dennis Irwin. And they went, he's no for sale, but how's that boy Cantona? Is he for sale? And that was it. Do you know what I mean? One of the ones. I think that's. But we'll come to Jota in a minute. But their manager, it doesn't surprise me that Jota hasn't worked under him.
Tell us more, mate, because I'm clueless. I've no got a clue about Rennes or what they're up to. Their manager or anything like that.
Right, but you see the manager of Rennes now, his name is Jorge Sampaoli. You've heard of him, have you?
I know him. Aye.
Right, you've heard of him, and you know what he's like.
Yeah.
This guy's managed 1 million clubs.
Aye.
Right? He
was the manager.
He first kind of popped up on my radar when he became the Chile manager. And I think he managed Argentina.
Is he the wee bald? Is it the wee bald?
Yeah, he's a wee bald guy. He was Marseille manager. And he was, he's almost a Bielsa fucking, what's it called now? Fucking intern. I mean, Bielsa's a king, and that's how he wants his team to be fucking. Everybody be working hard. Everybody be working fucking. And I can see how in a team that maybe struggling a wee bit, because Rennes have come through a fantastic spell of bringing through players, but they've been spending a decent bit of dough. Rennes is actually a pretty big club relative terms in France now, and so he came in the summer, and I can see why Jota's no work for him. I can totally understand it. On the flip side, I can totally see why fucking Kyogo's the man for him. Do you know what I mean? I can see why Kyogo would work because he's work rate and stuff like that. So, but anyway, we're gonna have topic. We'll keep on Kyogo. We'll come back.
Yeah, but if you're a Ram fan and you're sitting watching Kyogo's fucking YouTube highlights only, you know what I mean? You think you'd want to watch with this guy. You know what I mean? So, I have to say, I'm really, really looking forward to seeing Jota back. I was gutted when he left because he's such a fucking lock picker. Look, you know what I mean? And in a match like last night, he's the guy that wins you the game. You know, that bit of brilliance that breaks down a stubborn team, or just that little bit of extra additional quality on the ball that can just open up a match for you. You know, so I'm really fucking delighted he's coming back. Really am.
I'll be honest with you, I can't fucking believe it.
Jason, the fucking thing is, right, too, is the fee for Jota is 8 million and Ren are giving us 10. So we're fucking actually, we're coming to the money.
I think we'd be a sale on as well.
10%. So this is Jota. This is to me. This is Jota resurrecting his career, right? So to me, Jota and he would hopefully be with us take 2 years or something, and then he'll get his big move. He'll resurrect his career to what it should have been when he was with us, and it'll be a path to go to Spain.
Jason, it's not inconceivable that we're selling for 25 million twice.
Exactly.
That's the bizarre thing. It's like he's coming back. His pockets are full of fucking dough, right? And he's coming back to somewhere where he knows he'll be appreciated. His first game back at Celtic Park, that fucking song is going to lift that roof, right? because every cunt's going to be going fucking mental. And see
We need
these
to
boys-
fix it first.
Please,
Well,
fix the roof. But it's just going to be fucking insane. Like, and it's like, I mean, fucking,
Nah, but see,
what kind of
Can I bring these back? Can I
sound like
bring these back?
Joe, never mind getting all that. I said there, I cannot believe that he's coming back, because see, when he left us, right, and I knew he was going to Saudi, right, but I thought when he left Saudi, he would be, because there was a guy I worked with, was a West Ham fan, and there was rumours that they were going to sign him, and I'm like, mate, see if you get him. I says, fucking hell, he's unbelievable. I says, he's fucking, he says, really? He says, well, we'll make a country, we'll no sign him. And I couldn't believe that he ended up going to Rennes, right? And it might have been the fucking tax thing or whatever, I don't fucking know, because obviously if he went to West Ham, it's the same tax laws as here. But once you lose a guy like that, he's a fucking prince of a football player. You know, just the goals he scored fucking in big games, you know, just fucking a class above what we normally watch.
that's
You know,
exactly it.
that's not being
100%.
disrespectful to all Celtic players and that, but he's got fucking magic in his fucking feet. He's just fucking, and he's a fucking handsome bastard, and the way he fucking, you know, it's the way he celebrates. But my mum always,
a good cunt too, though.
Mum always said years ago, right, even fucking seeing the 80s and stuff like that, my mum always said, not interested in football at all. She always wants Celtic to win because her boys are happy. But she's been to one game, and it was when Earl John was playing in that Legends game at Celtic Park. She was in the main stand with me, and she's like, so this is where you come all the time. Right? But she always said to me years ago, she says, do you know what, Jason? She says, you can tell looking at the Celtic team, the Rangers team. She says, if you took all the strips off them, you could tell who was Celtic and who was Rangers. She says, Celtic players are always good looking and clean cut and well presented. She says, they're all rough and horrible. She says, you totally know that. She says, and that's not for a football thing. And my mom, like, fucking never at the chapel. But, like, she had that thing that you could tell. And Jota just fucking fits in like a glove. It elevates it to a fucking level, and the magic in his boots. But he's just a fucking, to me, he is a fucking superstar. I reckon I can't believe that he's no, because obviously, at the end of the day, the boys made multi-millions going to Saudi Arabia. He's went to Rennes, it's no work to it. He'll come back to Celtic. He'll get himself proper fit, because he wouldn't have been doing much in Saudi Arabia. He wouldn't have been doing much in Rennes. He'll be back here, and within a few weeks, he'll be fucking running the show again. He's fucking unbelievable, and I can't believe
It'd be nice to see. Well, it's going to happen eventually. Probably, it'd be lovely to see him and Bernardo in the same team.
Aye, another Portuguese guy as well, definitely.
Yep.
But
Can I? Sorry, Liam, on you go.
No, just to say, I mean, you know, Jota is an amazing player. You can imagine how fucking over the moon Zoe is about this news. She's on cloud 100, but obviously Kyogo, she's got one wall covered in Kyogo and one with Jota, so she's kind of like most of us, mixed emotions. But
Just tell her he'd be back too in a couple of years for fuck's sake.
Exactly, I did say that. But you know, Jota's had 2 amazing seasons at Celtic, right? And he's not done much outside of that. It's £40 million of transfer fees he's gone for already.
And here, I swear
Incredible.
to God, he could go for North Party. He's sure he would.
Yeah, no, I agree.
25. He's still young, isn't he?
But see everybody here, right? If you see like a guy on the wing, and without bursting into his song, but like some of the goals that he scored for us, and his play and his build-up play, and like the way he glides by folk and just fucking scores with ease, and he's fucking an incredible football player. You know, and obviously Kyogo was a big loss, but to get a guy with that ability back to play with us for a couple of years, fucking hell, man.
I just checked there, he's 26 in March.
Aye.
So this is like Kyogo joining us. No, I mean, we're going to get his best years. He's here for 3 or 4 years or whatever. We're getting his prime years. You know what I mean? Fucking hell, how exciting is that? And for kids,
amazing, mate, amazing.
Like everybody loves a hero. You know what I mean? I collected our wee man from school the other day, and I says, I have bad news for you. I says, what that? And I says, Kyogo's leaving, and his wee face just dropped. His wee face he just looked, and I said, but it's all right. Jota's coming back, and he went, Jota, the Jota, and I went, oh, and he went, all right. So he went into fucking school the next day and told all his wee mates that Kyogo was leaving. Nobody would believe him. I'm going, fuck off. So now they think he's a football guru. He's the first with the fucking news.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
imagine the amount of kids that are getting dusted off and I going, fucking oh, you're this one, happy days.
Exactly. Get that back out again. And here's the thing too. Like, see,
only left a year and a half ago, didn't he?
We're going through a Champions League playoff here against somebody. And again, he's the type of player who could change a fucking game for you. And we're set up better now in Europe than we were under Ange when he was here. So he get, you know what I mean? Imagine he got us through this next round. He would actually pay us transfer fee in 2 matches. Like, it's serious.
Here's the thing I didn't know though from the Rodgers interviews today online is that like when he was coming to Celtic, he was hoping to work with Jota. I mean, but then it was clear.
Okay,
he said it was clear when I was coming that he was going to leave anyway. He said so never really got the full chance to do it. Like so he gets to come back, work with Brendan Rodgers and fit into that. What's going on now? It's such an exciting prospect. Like.
It really, really is.
Maybe Scott, you had something to say a wee minute ago.
Yeah.
Aye, I thought we were kind of cutting away from Kyogo.
Aye, sorry, mate.
I'm gutted, right? I'm not gutted. I've got it in my head that it's probably best for everybody. I think he's obviously came down since his Ange days. It doesn't work as well under Rodgers. Rodgers isn't going anywhere. So it's probably best for everybody. We're getting 10 million for a 30-year-old. Fair dues. I think 10 million isn't what he's worth to us. But in the grand scheme of things, a 30-year-old leaving Scottish football for 10 million is a decent deal, I suppose. Yesterday I couldn't get out of my head because there's another one I'll come to her in a minute, but I was gutted yesterday. You know what I mean? Because I'd spent the week earlier convincing Wardy McGaffar that it's better that he goes. Do you know what I mean? And then Ross County happened, and you were like, "Fuck, maybe I'm right. Maybe we need to keep this guy." And honestly, I would rather have kept him until the summer, personally. But is what it is. As you guys rightly said, and Rodgers, for all his criticism, for all the things you can slag him about, for all he said, no matter who it is in this world, if you treat our club right, if you put Casper Schmeichel, right, we've heard a couple of stories about being a wee bit of dickish here, but in terms of how he's conducted himself as an ambassador for Celtic, he's saying the right things. He's talking up Celtic in a way that we think our club deserves to get talked up. He speaks about. Yeah, we'll come in that in a minute, but he speaks. It's like Joe Hart. Joe Hart. They've come in and they've put our club on the pedestal that we believe our club is. Because Jason, fuck me, Marty, even worse for you. You know what I mean? And Joe. There's enough people out there wanting to put our fucking team down and our club down, and we know where we are, and we know what league we're in, and we know our limitations and stuff, but we believe Celtic's the biggest and best team in the club in the whole wide world, and they consider, and when somebody comes in and kind of, so Kyogo, if he wants to go, he goes, because we'll all, the badge is bigger than the name in the back, famously, right? I'm kind of gutted for him because the wee man fell in love with the team, I believe. I fell in love with the club, and he was brilliant, and he was huge. He was huge in getting us back after that disaster of the COVID season. He was huge. He was massive. He came in and he took us to his heart, and we took it in. And Jason, I know it's tongue in cheek what you're saying, but. And I do believe that you will not be chasing any revenge or Japanese results. But I'll hold Kyogo in the highest of esteem in my whole life. And when the boys eventually get to a point where they're talking, we'll talk about Kyogo. I mean, he was brilliant. But
Scott, see, to be honest with you, mate, I would actually say in my lifetime, like, forget like Charlie Nicholas and Brian McClare and stuff like that. I was a kid, right? But since I've been an adult watching Celtic, Henrik Larsson and I would put Kyogo number 2 and George Cadetti number 3.
Aye. I mean, like Marty will tell you how much I was fucking ball deep into fucking Gary Hooper. Gary Hooper was my guy. Do you know what I mean? And as you rightly say, I would put Kyogo above him, especially because of what he's done and how he's reacted. I mean, the stupidest wee things, like he was always the first guy to come up and do that daft dance. You know what I mean? Even when you've got guys like now proper Celtic guys there who didn't want to do it because it's a wee bit cringe, and the wee man's in doing it, and it's I mean, they goals against the Huns and all that. I mean, remember, you're got to you're shitting yourself.
Proper.
I mean, so
see the thing, right? But he's Japanese, right? He's obviously came and he's obviously loved us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can tell me otherwise. He's loved his time at us, right? But he wants to play in the Japanese national squad, and he's no good recognition to playing with Celtic. And you could see when he wasn't in that World Cup squad, he was devastated.
Did you see, to jump across you, to just back up your point, did you see they done a wee documentary thing where they did you never ever see that, where they videoed him when the squad was announced?
I see that.
You saw it, mate. Joe, I wanted to punch a fucking Japanese manager's face in for doing that Kyogo, man. That was horrendous. Man, that was like fucking putting the dog down, man. I was devastated watching that. But sorry, Jason. Yeah. I mean, I watched a wee bit of the Celtic stage before we come on, and they were saying that the Atalanta thing. Sorry, Jason. In case you said the
not just in case you think Atalanta, Italy we're talking
about. So they were saying that offer was made and Celtic rejected because it wasn't worth it. But by all accounts, Kyogo wasn't into it. But that's against what we've heard in it. Well, what you suggested to me, Marty, a good while ago. So
that's him. See, the thing is, if he's going to like a top 5 league, that's him trying to get into the Japanese squad. Yeah. If he goes to Atlanta, he's going for the money. It's money, and it's like. But at the end of the day, need qualms to him if he goes for money. But the rumours were that Rennes are giving him $50,000 a week, so it's fucking, understandable. But
you're taking wave boxes, aren't you? Because, like I say, Rennes aren't a bad team. Fair dues are having a bad season.
Well, see to me, right, I wouldn't class French football as very good, right? Obviously, fucking the national team and whatever, but see the league. So, to me, the biggest club, I would always say the biggest club in France is Marseille, but obviously it's PSG. But it's PSG now because of fucking obviously the money coming in, whatever, and it probably should be the team in the capital or whatever. But you've got Marseille, you've got PSG, Saint Etienne, Lens, Lyon. Obviously, Lyon would be top 3 or whatever. But Rennes to me would be like maybe 6th, 7th or something. I don't follow French football at all really. But who cares if he's getting good money? He's going to a manager that he wants to play for. It'll raise his profile and. Good luck to him. I wish him every success.
Yeah.
He's gave us fucking so much happiness, and just like some of the goals. A guy on the huddle board, I don't know if you've seen it. It was on the thread about Kyogo leaving, and a guy says, "This is my son that did this," and I watched it on Twitter, and fucking hell, man, I was a wee tear in my eye.
Was this the video that had the Green Day song on it?
What was the song, Joe?
The Time of Your Life.
Aye. Aye.
Very good.
Fucking hell. I think it was every goal that he scored for us. And fucking we tear my man. And I've always been personally there for nearly every one of them. And
that's it. I mean, you think of the ages we are, everybody in this group, and we saw the whole of the King, and pardon, that sounds a bit perverted. No, we saw the King's whole game in Celtic.
It's not the King's home.
We saw the whole of the King.
Fucking up the King.
Fucking hell, man.
Long live the King.
It's good
the King is fucking dies in Maeda, and don't fucking forget it.
And we saw the whole of Kyogo. I mean, what did we get out of Kyogo? 3.5?
So there are holes, haven't we?
Japanese holes, Swedish holes, it's all the same to me, Joe.
We've been blessed to fucking watch him playing for the Hoops.
Yes, yeah.
Like absolutely amazing.
I've got a feeling it's kind of dipped for him as well. And like I say, touch wood, Brendan Rodgers isn't going anywhere soon. So it's best for us all. I think the timing's a bit off, but Rodgers, if you put 2 and 2 together, which is a mad thing to do with regards to Celtic, you'd like to think that Rodgers at least believes somebody's coming in to fill the hole. Because I'd convinced myself that Maeda was going to be played through the middle, but Rodgers has kind of said that's not the case, that they're wanting a forward. Which, if you're bringing Jota in and you're getting a forward, then glory be fucking us.
Glory be to Hosanna in the highest.
Yeah,
see the thing there, right? It's all right, Rodgers saying that we're going to get a forward in, whatever, right? And I said, somebody in the chat there, I'm not scrolling back up, but the boy I mentioned Johnny Kenny. He obviously can't play in Villa because he's played for Shamrock Rovers in the Conference League. So we've only really got Ida. And so I don't know who they're going to play up front, obviously, if they take him off after 60 minutes. But anyway, see with regards to Maeda no playing up front, right? So you've got Kuhn, who's had an unbelievable season, right? Unbelievable. And then you've got Jota coming in. Jota will take a bit of time to get up to speed, right? So I reckon Jota will be, say we sign him this week, fucking God willing, that maybe about 3 weeks or whatever, I don't know, half graft, he'll be ready. I don't know. Maybe he's ready now, I don't know. Maybe the boy's just super fit. But how is he going to leave Maeda out of the team? Because you're going to leave Kuhn out of the team.
If you remember Harry played Jota, Jason, it was like how Jota was played. Sorry, you had him in the likes of James Forrest, and they were swapping wings and all the time. It just gives you that much flexibility.
No. I get that, Marty, right? So regardless of whether it's in right or left, right, but you've got Jota and Kuhn as your wingers at the minute, and Maeda up top. That's the way I would see it, because you can't leave Dice and Maeda out of the team. That's impossible.
But that's what you want, though, Jason, don't you? That's the exact competition you want there. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You're talking.
Right. But if you start fucking leaving, right, we are not going to leave Dyson Maeda on the bench ever if he's fit. Because he gives you something that no other player in world football gives you. Right?
Yeah. I get that, but the way we play these days and the way we played since Ange came in 3.5 years ago is, we effectively changed the front five almost every game, don't we? On 60 minutes. So it's not about 3 players or 4 or 5 or whatever. It's just you need that level. I'd say Maeda's probably played too much this season. So same as probably Cooney did again, because there's been no backup there. So you'd love to let Maeda start one game and then Jota start the next one, or whichever way you want to do it.
You've done well there, Liam. You've done well. Well done, Liam.
That's actually that made it easier because I was getting that.
But Jason, I think your point's spot on. But I think, like 5 or 10 years ago, that's how it was. The best team played every game, and then you got in if someone was injured or whatever else. But I think it's totally changed now in terms of, you probably know who Rodgers' first 11 is if he's picking it when he's picking a team for a big game. But I think it rotates so much now. It's not. I think it's much less of an issue these days.
Jason, I don't think the likes of Maida have anything to worry about. But the likes of Palma do. You know what I mean? It's those sorts of players.
They're at the door, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like if Palma,
if Palma had went to Rain, nobody would have batted a fucking eyelid. You know what I mean? It's just a fucking.
I literally just found out that Glenn Kamara plays for fucking Rain.
Yeah.
The ex-Hun.
Right. The ex-Hun, they signed him for 10 million. Mad.
from Rangers.
For Glenn Kamara.
No, mind about the Leeds.
Aye, that's what I was going to say. They didn't get. Hate me for them.
Tottenham's hate me.
Aye. But see, the thing is, right, here's the irony, right? We are actually discussing losing an absolute legend. I would actually put Kyogo down as a bit of a legend. No, he's not going to go down in the worldwide archives as the best Celtic player ever, but for the younger generation and us that go to every game, Kyogo will live with us forever, for what he done for Celtic, 3.5 years, but you'll always remember Kyogo playing with Celtic, right? But the thing is, so we're selling him, and none of us are in fucking mourning here, and we've got 10 million. That lot across the Clyde, fucking, they couldn't dream of doing anything like that. Do you know what I mean? They're just 10 million. We're not even batting an eyelid.
Maybe we get 5 million for fucking Burnaby. Come on, man.
It's unreal. Fucking, what was it? What was that? That was a good tweet, wasn't it? It was fucking, somebody says fucking, some sheds landed in Peter Wall's back garden, but he just fucking selling it for 2.5 million to fucking West Ham with a fucking sell-on clause. But I tell you what, they're all fucking Pistol Pete. We give him fucking dogs abuse. He deserves it fucking for loads of stuff, but Jesus Christ, how much money has that guy made? Is it, the way Celtic are ran now, how much money are they making through fucking being a professionally run football club, doing it the right way?
He's going to be getting his statues soon, the way he's going, man.
Fucking deserves it, Aaron Fergus, I'll tell you.
He does, but see on the Kyogo thing, I mean, I'm devastated he's going, but I just think you look back and you think we were privileged to have a player like that playing for us, for so long, and I think his movement was top level, absolute top level. We said, well, the best since Larson. Scott Hooper was a brilliant player in a slightly different way. But he was such a good player. I'm a bit gutted he never got his 100 goals for us. And when you think, obviously we're lauding the praise on him tonight, but you think about fucking the amount of sitters he's missed right from day one, until kind of recent times. He could have easily got to that. He could have easily got to that figure.
Fucking should have been 200.
Man. Even against Kilmarnock there, he's fucking he's shaped his body perfect. Boom, just by the post. Do you know what I mean? Yep. He's been a goalie, but he's it makes sense. It makes sense for everybody. I think it'll give him a refresh. It gives us a refresh. Again, the timing doesn't seem right, but again, to my point and your points, Brendan Rodgers has put us above him and says, if you don't want to be at this fantastic club, you can go to a fuck yourself. And that's the ultimate point.
Do you know what? No, regardless of what MD thinks of Brendan Rodgers, that's what you want a Celtic manager to be like.
Yeah. And also as well, obviously, we talked at length.
By the way, Joe's away, just to let you know.
Yeah, it's why it's gone quieter. We talked at length about obviously the first transfer window we had under Brendan Rodgers and how bad it ended up being. But I'm probably going to miss someone there. But you look back since this time last year. Who has he signed? He signed Kuhn. He signed Ida. He signed Bernardo. He signed Schmeichel. He signed Trusty. He signed Engels.
Well,
he's about to sign.
Are you what the since he's been here or since the summer?
Since the window last winter's window. Was it last winter? He signed Kuhn, Ida, and Bernardo.
Bernardo came in the summer.
Sorry, so Kuhn and Ida. Sorry, he signed in the winter window last year, and then he's brought in Bernardo, Engels, Schmeichel, Trusty, maybe one other one. You know, Jota's on the verge of coming back. KT, some high quality players coming in.
Yeah. And that's what he said when he came in. It was time to look at the quality of the squad. And I know he was telling people, I've said it on here before, he was telling people that he wasn't fucking impressed with the squad when he came. And then he spoke about it too a couple of months ago. Do you remember when he said, look, I didn't really change too much because I knew that the squad was kind of settled and I didn't want to disrupt it. So I kind of let things go and then I put my mark on it. You know what I mean? He's a top class manager, like he is, and he's like, you can laugh, people laugh at him about the main games and all, but the fucker knows what he's doing. And Jason was saying a couple of weeks ago about, you know, the way he got at the fans. That was all calculated too. You know what I mean? He's not a fucking milk. Like, this cunt knows what he is doing. Like, you know, people can have their views on him after the end of his first spell, but what a fucking guy to have on your side. Because he does
definitely, Marty. I don't know if you boys listened to the press conference earlier on. Big Martin Corner.
I did, yeah.
Did you watch it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Right, so Big Martin, I was watching it and Big Martin just knocked it right in the heat and he says, I'm watching this fucking Brendan Rodgers press conference, and obviously it's done through Zoom because of the winds and all that. And he says it was like watching a lockdown one. He says he was thinking he's using 90s internet. You know that part.
Radio Japan, come in Japan.
Exactly. But he's the thing about Rodgers, like I say, he is a Tim. No matter what anybody wants to say about him, he is a Tim. And he holds your club in esteem. And he'd done it the first time. He walked in and he grabbed his orb of the boys and dragged us to a high level. And the club allowed ourselves, unlike a lot of other Celtic fans, I think we're all pretty consistent that we all respect Neil Lennon for what he's done for Celtic. But there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt Neil Lennon's got a different level of standard than Brendan Rodgers did. And it did fall down again under Neil Lennon. And Ange, God bless him, brought us back up. And Brendan Rodgers has took us up. And even the stuff like out the door, Marco Tilio. He's basically looked at Marco Tilio and went, wee man, you're never going to play for me, so you might as well not be here. And see us, I think in general, we're getting a lot tougher, it has to be said, but in general, Celtic fans are very much, if you try your best, we'll like you. Whereas Brendan Rodgers is going, no, trying your best isn't good enough. You need to be better than that. This is bollocks. And it's very interesting you talk, because he did get criticised for his signings last time. But see, since the summer, since that winter that you're talking about, Adam Ida and who did you say the other one? Kuhn, right?
Kuhn, wasn't it? Yeah.
Kuhn was pretty. Kuhn. And then you go and look at everybody will sign this year. I mean, I know Ida's coming under criticism generally because of price, and it bewilders me that Celtic fans always get hung up on fucking money that's nothing to do with them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You look at everything. Valley, we got him on loan for Barcelona. He's not been magnificent, but he's not been bad. Trusty's really been up and good. Trusty's still got time to prove. Engels has stuff to prove. McGowan's been great. Bernard, Casper Schmeichel. I mean, we're in a good place. As Marty rightly says, so to back to my point, he says he spoke to Jota, which I love. He came out and says, hopefully we get a Jota deal. And I spoke to him and I said, don't see it as coming back to live off your old achievements. Yeah. You're coming back to build on your old achievements. And I was like, fucking brilliant. That is brilliant, man. And as you guys rightly said, we're getting a boy in his prime. He's made a decision to go to Saudi Arabia. He thought it. Maybe he done it for money. I don't know. I really don't know. He didn't come across for all the stuff that happened before. He came across as somebody who was wanting to try something totally new, try this. But he wasn't the first or the last guy who went to Saudi Arabia and it never fucking worked for whatever reason.
But see, the thing is, Scott, I don't think for 1 minute Jota was pushing the move to Saudi Arabia. No, I think he probably landed on his lap and he's like, who the fuck can turn this to?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
but I also think there's a bit of intrigue with him because you didn't get seduced by it, but the Joe, who's not here, certainly gets seduced. But there was a whole bunch of world-class stars, maybe at the end of their career, all heading on to Saudi Arabia under the promise that this is going to be magnificent. And then they go there and then they kind of find out that Saudi Arabia, because they spent millions and millions of pounds on you, aren't they going to change their country for you? Do you know what I mean? And
the Ronaldo thing was big as well, wasn't it? Probably for him.
Of course, mate. I mean, but you've got guys like Jordan Henderson, Benzema, and all that who have all went and have kind of went, this is kind of shit. You know what I mean?
But the other thing is too, Scott. This isn't a fucking new thing. Do you remember back in the early 2000s, like Batistuta and all was going out? It wasn't Saudi. It was wherever the fuck they were going.
China.
Well, you had two
some other fucking Gulf state that was giving players fucking billions.
Qatar had a go at it, Marty, but you also had, if you remember, Robbie Keane and all that ended up in India, and then before that, obviously the China one was before that, but they've all kind of had a go at it, and see when they left, like you said, Marty, earlier on, we were all gutted. Because when
Jota left.
But when the money comes through the door for 25 million, you're kind of going, fuck me.
That was the thing for me. It was like Celtic would have been fucking pushing them out the door. Like, we'll get a private jet tomorrow, son. Don't worry about that.
100%.
Aye. So I mean, the Jota thing, I always laugh, Jason, because you always gave me undeserved kudos because I hitched my fucking wagon to him, didn't I? Without really, just because the only reason I hitched myself, but what was the reason? It was Sonny Davies.
He came out with Portuguese under 21. And
you're exactly right, because he'd won a tournament, and I'm going, you don't win a tournament and being the player. And I think it was because Edouard had won the tournament before.
Bernardo as well, to be fair.
Huh?
Bernardo as well, done the same.
Exactly. So I kind of hitched my wagon to him. And because you always gave me kudos about it, I always kind of, that's my boy. That's my guy. That's my guy. You know what I mean?
But I'll be honest with you, right? See, when he left, right, it was a no-brainer in your bar, right? You have to go, mate. I'm old in the tooth now, right? See, as I said, Kyogo's left, fucking. He probably is a legend, right? Because he's gave me fucking amazing times and fucking loved watching him at Celtic, but I couldn't give a fuck that he's away. I'll be honest with you, right? And I'm like, just on to the next thing. But see the fact that fucking Jota's coming back, I can't fucking believe. Forget the song, but to be honest with you, you can't forget the song. The song's fucking one of the main reasons I'm fucking delighted he's coming back. Because we've had this fucking conversation on the huddle board of his songs.
And we've lost in the last few years.
Fling in with Jota, I don't know if you remember his wee video when he left. I don't know if you've watched that. Do you know what I mean? You watch that. And if you remember the trapping in the brazen heat with the fucking the jersey on, we daft things like that.
Scott, you forgot the best one for me. He went to New York on holiday and ended up fucking playing five-a-sides with guys with cellar taps on, fucking cutting about New York. You're like, this cunt is a fucking legend.
Yeah.
But
it's like, no, just that, he delivers on the park.
I can't actually wait, Jason, to hear his press conference. Because I'm sure that's stuff's going to come up. He's going to say why he came back. Do you know what I mean? And I bet he's going to say, because I fucking missed the place. Because
he's obviously went to that fucking backwater in Saudi Arabia. And he's like, what the fuck am I doing here, right? He's fucking seen the bank account, fucking ching, ching, ching. Young guy, fucking the world at his feet, and he's like, I'm fucking multi-millionaire now, and I'm just unhappy as fuck. And he get treated like shite out there because whatever happened with the clubs, they thought they'd signed the wrong guy and all that. And fucking no good. I don't even know what went on, but anyway. And then he's got the move to France, and it's no worked out, and he's like, fucking hell, this is fucking shite. I'm a great football player. I know I can fucking do the business. And then this chance has come up to come back to Celtic, where he fucking. That's where his football was. I mean, obviously he was born and bred in Portugal. That's where his football came. But the time that he's loved playing football at the top level is with us. That's the only time in his life where he's had joy. Where he's scored goals and he's looked and there's fucking 40,000, 60,000 gone fucking mental. They goals at Hampden, fucking.
And you brought up, I mean, everyone, like, so he scored these big goals. See, the thing is, the Kuhn argument's been coming up and I've not really entertained it. However much I fucking love Kuhn, because a day Kuhn's kind of pushing me, but Jota was anybody would ask me, I would go, nah, but Jota stood up every time. We were in Europe, he scored the only goals we fucking scored, he scored them. Against the Huns, he scored. Every time we fucking needed him, he was a big game player, and we've got him back. And
fucking Real Madrid away. Do you know what I mean? You get one goal.
And Jason, you've just stole my thunder there. I've been fucking cracking up all this season, kind of going, I wish somebody could hit a free kick. You know what I mean? Get your fucking on. Oh.
Engels will be shiny still now because fucking the bull Jota's back.
but here's the thing. See if you were Rodgers, you'd be saying to Engels, he's your boy. You two will be able to fucking have a fucking relationship beyond belief.
Engels will learn so much off him because it's a different type of player, but they like the dead ball situation. Jota can fucking whack a free kick in. So him and Engels, it's brilliant. It's fucking amazing. And the thing is, right, you need a centre forward, right? You do. But the thing is, seeing the modern game, you really don't need a centre forward because there was a talk. I was listening to some podcast or whatever. I can't remember. It was some English football, and they're like, when was the last great centre forward in world football? And they're talking about not in the English football. They were talking about in England. How many centre forwards go in England?
What I would say is Haaland's probably.
He's the outlier.
Yeah, he's kind of bringing it back to that Tony Cottee kind of. Reflecting to you, Jason. Do you know what I mean? That type of. I mean, see, you've got to say, Alan Shearer was a proper centre forward.
Perfect. Aye.
Les Ferdinand.
Yep.
And then Robbie Fowler. Michael Owen changed it a bit because he was coming for deeper. I know he played.
Michael Owen was very similar to Raul with Real Madrid.
Yeah.
They always arrive for deep.
Arrive for deep. Yeah. I agree with that.
They weren't proper, but you're talking about your proper like Shevchenkos and stuff like that. See guys that are proper, like they'll get in the box and they'll get them. But it's became a dying world. Mickey Quinn. Oh, I love Mickey. Oh, fucking love him so much. Fucking Mickey Quinn. Oh. That's about 2 weeks in a row I've done that. Fucking.
No, I'm fucking like I
said. By the way, see Jota. Like, see when you made the point earlier on, Scott, right? Playing under a Brendan Rodgers system. See Kyogo, he wasn't as effective under Brendan as he was under Ange. Because under Ange, everyone was through him, right? You look at Jota's goal return and his assists. he's kind of level with Kyogo, maybe slightly less, because Kyogo's only done a part of a season, but Jota was getting you double figures, easy goals a season, and important goals, and fucking assists. Kyogo under Brendan wasn't he producing the goals that, and maybe that's because he was wanting to move and he was in a different place, etc. And it's fucking ironic that his last game at Celtic Park gets 3 disallowed goals, not even got a goal to fucking say.
Jason, see what was ironic, and Scott will have heard this today. Brendan Rodgers described Kyogo as the perfect forward to play in his system and his team.
Did he? I think.
Yeah. It really surprised me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't felt like it, has it? Felt like it?
Not at all. Because he was a perfect forward to play under Andy's system.
Oh yeah.
But see what Ida done the other night. That's what I think's perfect for Rodgers' team.
But what I think Rodgers meant was it wasn't about Kyogo being a centre forward or a striker. It was that he was a hard worker.
Yeah.
Rodgers' thing is, you need to work for me, and I think that's what he meant. It was like he meant like.
Yes, I'll be as you said. I think the Kyogo thing, to reiterate, it's took its. I'm very sad about it because I loved them and I would, but the Jota thing has 100% took the edge off it. I mean, I'm buzzing.
Could you imagine you're a Hun and we're finally getting rid of the fucking Jota that they fucking hate, and they were bringing back the fucking Portuguese cunt that they hate. You'd be heading for the fucking hills.
Listen, imagine you bring Jota back in on the left wing, and then you've got an elite level Celtic-born diehard left back to play behind him. We haven't even got into that yet.
And by the way, he's actually played for Arsenal in the fucking CL.
Played the game. Right, can I fling one in at a low point so we can get to Tierney? We can talk about high point. So it's this week. I know you don't give a fuck about the Celtic women's team, Jason, and women's football.
Right, I'm going to go and do a pee now, right?
I'm going to get a drink. 2 minutes, I'll be back there.
Fucking hell, Marty.
Absolute bastards you are. Fucking, you should be ashamed of your fucking selves.
Fucking terrible, man. Caitlin Hayes, man.
Caitlin Hayes has left Celtic for Brighton. I only found out today. Apparently she left yesterday. Fuck me, what a fucking disaster. What a great player.
The thing is, though, I don't know this. I don't watch or pay too much attention to women's football. I always watch it when they play the Huns. You're the same. I stick on, and I don't think they've been great this season. But see that big lassie, man. I mean, what age is she? I never knew she played. She's 29.
Pinned her fucking shoes. Pinned her boots.
Yeah. She was born, right? She was born in 1995 in Warrington, England. And did you see the video? Did you watch the video that she posted? Nah.
No, I didn't. Only found it today.
I'll send it to you. Right? I'll link you in, and everybody's watching it. Right? I don't know if he's on. No, but you can put in the chat if you know anything about Caitlin Hayes. Right? So, Celtic woman. I want them to win. Of course, I want them to win. Do I really care about it? Ultimately, no. I'm a Celtic fan who, right, the woman fit with Disney, dude. But anyway, so this big lassie, Caitlin Hayes, I wonder if Big Andy's still listening, right? He commented earlier. Andy, if you're there. So Andy's boy, Andy went up to Celtic Park and he got a load of autographs, but he decided to try and make a wee video for his boys' Christmas, right? And they went up and so he made it. Him and his missus made it the plan. They were going to go up and try and get as many players to say Happy Birthday, Harrison, or Merry Christmas. I can't remember. I think it was his birthday. Andy, hopefully he's there, right? And so he done it. He done it, and there was 2 lasses there that day. The Celtic captain and Caitlin Hayes. And I obviously didn't know, but she was so enthusiastic for the video. Happy birthday, Harrison. Hope you have a fantastic time. Blah, 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 blah. And I was going, who's this lassie? So I went and had a gander. So like I say, she was born in Warrington, but she came for Celtic stock. She came for Irish stock. Like according to Wikipedia, Irish origin through her grandfather fight awfully. And she's a Celtic fan, right? And then I watched a video about her, and it's her cutting about in Celtic taps as a wee lassie. And I was like, fucking class, man, right? And then the mayor kind of took an interest. She's fucking giant, and she's always scoring these fucking headers against the Huns and winning games.
And she declared for Ireland.
Well, that was the next point. She ended up declaring for Ireland. She made her debuts in Ireland. So, and when I run my wee football team, I had a wee lassie playing with his wee Keris Curley, who's now moved up a group, which is brilliant for her. But anyway, Keris wore the pink headband, didn't she? And I was like, who's that? And she's like, oh, for Caitlin Hayes. I was like, that's my favourite as well. So we would always have a laugh about it. And Marty, you were there. We beat the Huns 3-2.
Sorry, let me tell this.
Right, go on.
We beat the Huns at fucking Celtic Park last Christmas, and we came out of the fucking ground, and all I saw was Scott's feet, the weights of his gutties running up the fucking road. And I go, where the fuck is he going? And he's chasing this woman. I go, Scott got a new love interest. I just see him hugging this girl, hugging her, kissing her. Come on, no!
And I got
when I finally caught up, he's on here, take a fucking photo! And he was safe in the embrace of Caitlin Hayes. Who, by the way, was fucking ecstatic that we'd won. She was in great form.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've got to see yesterday, and I saw it was a Tim leaving and Kyogo hang. I was like, I'm fucking gutted about that. You know what I mean? So, but that's my wee fucking. There's nothing insidious or nothing mental about it. I say Andy Cameron put me onto the lassie, and she was a fucking Tim who played for Celtic, and she loved it. And I mean, there's a video, it's on Twitter, the news, she's putting a video, and this isn't her leaving, this was her just talking about playing for Celtic, and she just started greeting how much she was delighted, and I was like, fucking brilliant, man. So, kind of gutted she's away, but I hope she does brilliant. Anyway,
I've been to see the women a few times, and she's my favourite player there. She's fantastic.
Because she's giant in comparison to the rest of them as well. Yeah. See that photo I get taken? I'll put it up in your chat. I look like a wee fucking gnome standing beside her, man, and she's leaning down. But my point is, I don't get photos with fitter players. I don't give a fuck about fitter players, right? If the Waynes want photos on like the Wayne, I mean, you're Wayne, not that Liam Brown, photos. But I'm not interested in photos, right? The only people I'll get photos with are fucking Lubo Moravci, Henrik Larsson, and new Caitlin Hayes, right? That's it. And Gary Hooper now, to be honest. But it's good. So, right, let's move on to happier things. Let's talk about Kieran Tierney, Martin. Mate, Martin. Jeez.
Never mind that. Jai Cam's just posted there. Celtic V inspection tomorrow, 10 a.m. Right? So inspection.
What a guy!
Fucking legend, man. He's in the normal news never now. He's brand new.
Just cutting a bit, huh?
McGee says over to Sean Batty in the studio for the
weather. He's some boy.
Oh Jesus. Aye, so what you might talk about? What did you say there? I'm just back. KT, aye. So fucking played well for Arsenal, but I didn't see fucking a lot of the game.
I had a question for you, Jason.
On you go.
How much woodchuck could the woodchuck could chuck wood?
I'm going to boil oil, but here.
Are you in the toilet, Marty?
I know. I'm starting in a wee hallway here because I'm getting on the chair.
Right, okay.
He's coming from his answer.
On you go, Marty. I can hear you well.
What Arsenal seem to be fucked with injuries. So is this not likely to happen until the summer?
Well, I said that in the pod a couple of weeks ago. I was talking to his dad and he said it's summer. I think so.
They seem fucked. Arteta's mum today can't get a striker.
Aye, but I don't know anything factual whatsoever. And near this anybody close to him's no saying if they do know, but I don't actually think they do know. I don't think he will say anything until it's signed, sealed, delivered. So My mates from Liverpool have been texting me saying, fucking, we could be doing that Tierney. Why are we no fucking signing him? I says, well, by all accounts, I do believe Everton were in for him, and West Ham, and a few others. And I do believe that Kieran has said no chance he's coming to Celtic.
What a guy!
So
This is the best thing we've ever done. We should get involved in the game.
So it's nothing to do with money. Nothing to do with money, nothing to do with anything. And by all accounts, I believe Kieran's been trying to get back to Celtic for 2 years. And his agent's been fucking trying to strangle him. And he's just wanting to come back to Celtic. Simple as that. So I don't think there's any doubt that Kieran Tierney will be a Celtic player. But when it's going to happen, I've no clue. It could happen tomorrow. I don't know.
What about that video? Was it Harper that put up the picture of Bali, by all accounts, going to Como?
No, that was me.
Was it you who put it up? And then Harper just out of nowhere. You just wonder why he's got 2 different trainers on, didn't you? Fucking brilliant, man. Only Harper can notice that. Harper's looking to see what footwear he's got.
The sartorial excellence. That must be maintained.
Mate, by the way, is to come back to, we'll come back to this, but as Liam says, Harper was in fucking tremendous form, man. Tremendous. When he was buzzing. He was absolutely buzzing, man.
He was flashing off the old pearly whites.
Yeah, and he was cutting about with, he had the camouflage Celtic third kit on, and he had ZNE Adidas hoodie on.
Yep.
And he was looking the part, and I was saying, "By you're looking good, Harper." He's like, "I never ever wear colours, but the way in both me, so I had to wear them." But anyway, sorry. Tierney, I would kind of love to get him in the new, but it doesn't make sense in any shape or form for him because his deal's up in the summer.
Yeah.
Let him, and they cunts love him. Do you know? I mean, see the amount of posts.
Oh, I know. Arsenal fans fucking love him, man.
You know what I mean?
See, the thing is, right? Say he's on 110 grand a week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's got 6 months left of that. So if he's going to leave Arsenal the now, somebody's going to make up that money because Arsenal need to pay him that money. Do you know what I mean? It's in their contract. So Celtic aren't going to give Arsenal, let's face it, the league's practically won. We're going to get through to the next stage of Champions League. Would signing Kieran Tierney make us win the Champions League? Probably no.
Definitely.
So
tonight, definitely. Tonight, the mood we're in, definitely.
Right. Get him fucking signed then.
Well,
we'll get him in the door.
We can do an appeal today, Jason. We're doing an appeal, right? We're going to start collecting £2 off every clip, right? We're not going to play it.
So the way it works out is the only way he could probably sign for us the new is if he pays the 70 grand fucking difference.
He does a George Catetic
in the wages. So I don't actually know if I've no clue how these things work, right? Obviously with my Jota fucking experience with the transfer fucking market. I don't actually. Well, the only thing I can tell you is talking to his dad at the game a few weeks ago. He's like probably the summer.
So you're talking about Jason. If he's on 90 to 100 grand, you're talking about $1.5 million for the end of February to the end of May, right?
See, honestly, I don't.
And then on top of that, he's sitting on the bench, so he's probably got an appearance fee. He's probably got a win bonus in there as well. Do you know what I mean? So you're literally talking about maybe $3 million in his skyrocket that he'd be to walk away for, as you rightly said, to come back up the road. Nah, we don't.
To win the Scottish Cup.
And the thing is as well.
I mean, I'd love to. Sorry, Jabo. Sorry, mate.
Well, but the thing is as well, he's got offers for multiple Premier League
wild.
clubs that will be paying him. They would give him 70, 80 grand a week.
Jason, I think he would get more than that. Honestly, I think because see teams like West Ham and all that, they're paying fucking wild money over the odds because they've got to pay it to get people to come. Know what I mean? But
the thing is, so he's, and at the end of the day, everybody's like, I'd play for Celtic for fuck all. Go be a professional football player and then tell me fucking 3 years later after you make it how you play for Celtic for fuck all. But the bottom line is, he's going to come back to Celtic because he loves Celtic and
wild.
He's going to take a massive, massive wage cut to play for Celtic again because he's obviously decided, and I'm making all this up, right? But just be knowing the kid, knowing the family, and knowing whatever, he just wants to come back and play for Celtic.
But how good's that? I mean, let's be brutally honest with it, right? So we've got three. We've talked about three people there now, right? This is Celtic Football Club playing in Scotland, right? And I stress again, everybody on the chat, all us sitting here, we think Celtic, and quite rightly so. Celtic's the best team in the fucking best club in the whole wide world, right? No argument. But we've got a manager who's shit hot. Half the teams in England, the fucking best league in the world, would take our manager the Mora.
Yeah.
Right? We've got fucking a guy, Jota, who's coming back to us because of how good we treated him in the past. And we've got KT, as you say, who's, again, half the teams in England, half the teams in Spain would fucking give him a deal tomorrow, and he's coming back to us because he loves the club. We're in a decent place, boys. We're in a decent place,
you forgot the main thing. We've got the king.
We've still got Maeda.
We've got the best player in world football playing with us now.
Did it? Oh, well, that one's away, innit? Right, I'm away from the beer.
I'm telling you. See Kyogo leaving, right? See if that was Maeda leaving, I'm a 53-year-old man who does not attach myself to any player whatsoever that plays with our club because I support the jersey apart from one. Dyson Maeda. I fucking love that guy. That guy, honest to God, I fucking love him. He's one of the greatest things I've ever seen playing for Celtic Football Club. I just fucking love the guy. Tell me, there's some mumbles and laughing going on in the background there.
That's me.
Right, on you go. Tell me why.
No, listen, I'm not trying to dampen your enthusiasm whatsoever. And
Linda's just come in there and opened her arm and says, Larson. I don't even know you knew the end of it, Fitma. Okay.
Yes.
But Dyson
she knows it.
Linda says she's never heard the Dyson Maeda. You were singing his name in fucking South Bend, Indiana, and fucking the pre-season tour. She says, so it was. I don't even know who he is.
So, as we sit the new, what are we? KT's coming in, so we're thinking left back. I'd like Taylor to sign a new deal. I must admit, I don't think it's went too long down the line. I don't think it's going to happen. I'd like Taylor to sign another deal and battle him for the jersey.
Right. See before you move off Taylor. So it's unlikely Taylor's going. Do you know what I mean? So he's going to be here to the end of the season. Mm-hmm. He'd have been away the fuck already. There's been no talk about bringing in another left back because we need two, and all the talk by going out.
Well, if Taylor left, they would probably have to pay the 1.5 million, 2 million Arsenal to get KT in the new.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough. Do you know what I mean? So I just can't see that happening. So Taylor is going to be here to the end of the season. By which time?
No, we know that, but I'm just saying I'd really like him to sign it. I mean, I wouldn't go over the top and say I fucking think he should be starting every week. He's amazing and all that. He's had. Last time I was on, I said Ange's second season, we won the treble. I thought he was your best player all season.
I think Greg Taylor's been absolutely fantastic.
He's been a fantastic player, and the disrespect that gets on his name is quite annoying. But on the same hand, if you sit down and put down our whole team, I look at left back and go, that's the first place I would like to improve on. Because, well, see, I'm kind of, I don't know, maybe it's the old stickler in me. I think we're beyond the overload of midfield. I think it's got old. I don't think we need it. I think we miss the overlap on the left-hand side. I like it on the right-hand side. I don't really think we need Taylor in the midfield anymore. But on the flip side of that, again, fucking Aberdeen, we needed him. You know what I mean? He was having fucking set up. So, aye. So,
Anky's
there's a reason I'm sitting in the house fucking babying on a Friday and he's fucking getting himself geared up.
Anky's been a proper amazing signing for us. And his only downside was that he followed KT, that people expected him to be at that level. And to be fair, the level he achieved at Celtic and even the level he came in at the start was really good.
Jason,
I think he's been a great Celtic player.
Well, and I open it up again because everybody I know in the chat are all ages or just above ages with myself, and obviously we're all kind of much of muchness here. We used to go away, Marty. You know, I was fucking infamous. I mean, God's sake, we done it in lockdown about 8 million times. I was infamous when I did a good drink, mate. Who's your best 11 at this? Who's your best 11 at that, right? For now, one of the pests and the boozer. Fuck off, Scott. You done this before, right? So, like, I'm fucking mad for it. But we used to do it, and I always remember being away with a whole bunch of lads who were like maybe 10, 12 years older than us. And seeing we go to left back, it was a dearth of players. I mean, I loved Tommy Boyd, loved him. But let's be honest, Tommy Boyd wasn't majestic, you know what I mean? He was a right back playing left back, you know what I mean? And then after him, you were Dovcek and stuff like that. And then you go guys like Lee Naylor, to the point, Izzy Gary was the best left back I'd ever seen until KT turned up.
Oh, sure, it was a running fucking joke every time we were linked with any player.
Can he play left back?
Can he play left back, including keepers?
But the thing is, all right, so then you had Izzy, and we all loved Izzy. Everyone has loved Izzy. Izzy was fucking amazing. You know what I mean? And then you get KT comes in, and KT breaks every record going. He's fucking magnificent. He's one of us. He's fucking Green Brigade daft. He's going to make, he's fucking brilliant. Well, the boys weren't cut about it for that time.
I never.
So, and as you rightly say, honestly, Greg Taylor is probably the second best left back. I mean, is he better than Izzy?
Aye.
Exactly.
I would say so.
So I mean, Jason, you and Liam, a wee bit different. Liam, you maybe caught Danny McGrain, but I never saw Danny McGrain.
Danny McGrain was right back.
No, but he played left back as well, didn't he?
But 4 games or so, I don't know. But he was right back.
But that's what I'm saying. Fucking,
he had to do a job.
Greg Taylor.
Taylor's been
you take Greg Taylor's. Aye. So I think it's a shame. I think it's a shame that cunts don't give him the respect he's due. Because and also I'm daft for the social media stuff at Celtic Day, and Greg Taylor seems to be
exactly
he's
the main man. Though when they do the Christmas videos and that, he's always pop man. He's like, and he must be the best guy in the dressing room to have. You know, he seems a right nice guy, he's sound as fuck. Just proper fucking a right good teammate. But at the end of the day, he'll be doing what's best for him and his family.
100%, yes.
And if that means running his contract down, because at the end of the day, the bottom line is it's down to Celtic now. They've got all the money in the world, right? They can tie that boy down to a deal and get him a re-sign for Celtic if they want to. And I do believe that Brendan Rodgers was actually pushing that narrative a few weeks ago when he fucking made him out to be a bit of a scapegoat with the KT song, which he knows himself. Greg Taylor had fuck all to do with that song. But I think that was a wee bit of a silent message to the board to get Greg Taylor a new deal. And I really, really hope we get Greg Taylor.
You do wonder what the stickler is, because I've heard, Greg Taylor's wanting daft money. But that's a very easy narrative to be leaked to. And it's a very easy one. If you don't think Greg Taylor, like, it's a very easy narrative to turn us against the player. Because all you need to say, a director turns around and says it to a guy who he knows is going to tell. Say Magoo's turning about, the fucking director goes on, that, and Magoo's fucking mum, or the famous Jimmy Cameron, he knows nothing.
Poor Magoo, man, he's got a lot of fucking hands through him. It was a well-deserved, but this is no one of them.
No, but I'm just saying, Magoo knows, but Magoo knows everybody, doesn't he? No, I mean, that's basically my point.
But see the thing for me, right?
All right, he tells you then, fuck's sake.
Right, but the thing for me is, right, Greg Taylor's now got 6 months left his Celtic deal. At the end of it, if he signs for any club, he's getting the signing on fee because he's a free agent. He gets everything to him. So you're talking about if he goes to an English Championship club, but I think he'll go to an English Premiership club, one of the lower level ones. I reckon there'll be loads of teams looking at him. I do think, well, if they're not...
Left back's such a specialised position, isn't it?
The thing is, Marty,
one of them data cunts will be looking at left backs.
I always use the baseball analogy, and see if you've got a fucking strong left hand and you're a pitcher. If you're a left-handed pitcher, you're worth fucking 1 times 3 or whatever, 1.3 more than a fucking right-handed pitcher because you're rare. You know, and like left-sided players are rarer than right-sided players because what is it? I don't know what the percentage.
Jason. Remember I'm just going to go and do a piss, all right?
I don't know what's the stats. How many people are right-handed and right-footed compared to left?
No, but that's my point. The English clubs, them data techs will be sitting looking at all the available left.
100%.
And they'll be going, this guy's played Champions League football. He's won leagues. He's rarely injured. Blah blah blah. He would be one of the fucking top prospects.
Exactly. And the thing is, so he runs his contract down with Celtic. He goes to them. You're talking about fucking 500 grand to £1 million in his pocket straight away. For no transfer fee. So he gets a sign-on fee. And then he gets his wages and whatever. So he's obviously looking. He's got a family. He's fucking normal fucking human being. You know? So if Celtic don't give him a hefty offer to make him stay, he's going to leave. And
if you look at it, just what you were saying about Rodgers' comments, Rodgers is looking around going, I have to replace this cunt.
Exactly.
And I'm facing the same issues.
Right.
I mean, I'm shopping in the same markets. So it's easier just to keep him. It's like the Gary Hooper fucking argument Scott had earlier on.
100%.
And the thing is, Greg Taylor's 100%, or he's fit every week, and he's 100% every week. So why would you not want to keep that guy? He's at the prime of his career. But the thing is, Celtic might be looking at it saying, well, we've no sell-on option because by the time his career, his deal runs out, they're not going to get any money from it. It's money in the drain.
You can't have that.
Exactly.
See right now, CCV. If CCV turned around tomorrow and went, do you know what, lads? Give me a fucking Haaland deal. I'd take him up on it, right? Because
I would as well.
We need guys at the club. Callum McGregor, for example. We need cunts who are going to just play for us.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a model at football clubs, and we certainly have got to. God, you guys listen to my podcast, and see when you're talking to young boy fans, you're talking to Dynamo Zagreb fans, the same thing comes out, doesn't it? Well, we've kind of got to buy cheap and sell, and we're kind of going, that's the same as us, you know, it's the same bar. So we're on the same deal, and we know the gig. But there's guys that you've got to respect, and you've got to, because they're the spine of your team, they're the spine of your club, and Greg Taylor. If Greg Taylor doesn't want to stay because of he said he wants to stay. But see, I just don't see why it's no a done deal then. And I agree with everything. I agree with everything you're saying.
I said this a few weeks ago, right? So I think in general, I think we've moved forward quite a bit as a club when it comes to money, right? So for a few reasons, right? We've been exceptional in the last few years at tying up our main assets on long contracts, whether it's when we sign them or whether when we renew them before we sell them. So we've been excellent at that, which has allowed us to get a lot of money. But I think the point we were talking about earlier on about the players Rodgers has brought in since last January, you know, we've now started to spend 6, 7 million, 8, 9, 10, 11 fairly regularly for us. You know, we've gone up that level that Rodgers always talked about rather than the 3 or 4 million. So, you know, we are putting the money back out the door again. But I did say a few weeks ago, I don't know, it's kind of like whether the board are thinking, well, we're going to pay Tini, whatever. I don't know what our top salary is. You know, do we want to then add another 20 grand a week onto that for a backup in Taylor, which is madness from our perspective. But as well as they're doing now, it wouldn't surprise me if that's the way they're looking at this and saying, well, that's 55, 60 grand a week on two fullbacks, whether they want to do that or not.
Well, it's a good point, but the thing is, we've got the money, and
absolutely got the money.
So why would you say no? And you get KT in, and we all know the elephant in the room. He's got injury problems, and he could get injured.
Yeah.
You've got a guy there that's 100%, that's going to give you 100%. And by the way, if the two of them are pushing each other for a place, I'm sure Katie can play fucking centre left back as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fucking no-brainer for me. It's like, why would...
It's a big club mentality. Yeah.
Scottish as well.
Yeah.
You know, and like, see if you're looking to save a couple of quid, and then you bring somebody in that's going to burn understudy for KT that's fucking no up to the mark, and you've let Greg Taylor go. To me, it makes no sense.
Yeah, and going back to the point about Maeda earlier, Jason, like, you know, we shouldn't be looking at Tierney to play 60 games a season if he comes back or when he comes back, right? You know, players, you should have a good enough squad that he can play 40 games or 35 games or whatever it is. But I mean, keep him at his peak with a quality backup there as well.
And the thing is, if you get Greg Taylor on the bench, you do the 60-minute job. You know, job done. Take Tierney off, get Greg Taylor on.
Yep. But you guys talked about it earlier on. It's a squad game. Yeah. I thought the attitudes had all changed under Ange when you were bringing guys off the bench, and they were keeping the same movement, they were keeping the same tempo, they were keeping the same drive. I mean, football's there's a reason we make 5 subs a game, because we've got a big squad, and just it's beggars belief if we weaken the squad by allowing Greg Taylor to go for the sake of, fuck me, go and get Shotty fucking Palmer and just give Greg Taylor his money, God's sake, you know what I mean?
And Navrocki, I mean, what Navrocki's, you know, people are going about
exactly, yeah.
Navrocki for 4 million allegedly, probably paying him 15 grand a week for nearly a year and a half now. He's barely kicked the ball for us.
Fuck's sake, half our support doesn't know what he looks like.
That's the thing. Just it's madness sometimes.
Yeah. We're agreed. Well done, team.
But agreed.
That's what everybody likes. All you odds sitting
Greg Taylor.
All you odds sitting agreeing with each other. He's a bunch of pricks.
That's better. That's more like it.
Where is Joe? Fucking. By the way, my ma's been taken to listening to us now.
Mrs. McCoy, I'm sorry for my language, Mrs. McCoy.
No swearing.
She's already gave up on you. She's saying that nice boy from Motherwell, though. He should watch what he's doing. That's why Sean Ma. Oh no, is he not related to Higgins? I've told you.
That's Mammy's mother.
I can assure you, my mom's no listening to this.
Never mind.
She's no
So,
listening to this.
Celtic have been linked with, where is he? William Osula.
How about the boy from Brøndby?
Kiss Garden or something.
God, mate. Right, Marty, you tell us about him. You've been texting me for 2 years saying you're signing this guy.
I know absolutely nothing about him. I only try and give you the fucking job so you can go and do the research for me. But it seems to be like he's linked with us every fucking transfer window. So what the fuck's keeping them? If you want to go and get him, we are fucking loaded.
Is he a striker?
Loaded. He's so by all accounts he plays after left, but he's doing as a forward. So he's 22-year-old, 23 this April. He's a Danish under 21. He plays for Brøndby. His goal scoring isn't that great, but this season he's went boys to the wall, which is typical of Celtic, innit? So he's
he'll end up at Lazio or something.
Well, the last I heard was Frankfurt were floating about him because obviously Frankfurt had just sold their centre forward to Man City. But I could be wrong. I thought they might have signed somebody this week. No, but anyway. So I heard Frankfurt, but some people have suggested that the deal's done. So he's 22, but seeing his first season, played 1 game, no goals. Second season, 4 games, no goals. Third season, 19 games, 5 goals. Fourth season, 35 games, 9 goals. Last season, 28 games, 10 goals. This season, he's played 22 games. He scored 14 goals. So the boys, he sounds like the real deal. I mean, and the fact is, we have scouted him for 2 years, so at least we know he's 5'8", so he's not a big guy either. Do you know what I mean? Which I'd heard we were linked with the boy from Brighton this week. Jason, what was his name? The Irish fella, Ferguson.
Evan
Ferguson. But Marty, you would know better than me. All the boys in our chat were basically saying he's basically Ida off the back. He's the same stature. He plays the same kind of game as Ida. So I don't know if he's kind of what you're aiming for. Do you know what I mean?
I think if well, put it this way: if Rodgers was offered Evan Ferguson, he would fucking take him. But
that was my thinking, Marty, because I'm kind of going, I don't really care if he's like Ida. I mean, is he supposed to be an outstanding talent?
Without a question, he's just fucking he's a Premier League standard striker without a fucking shadow of a doubt. Rodgers would take him. So, but I don't know whether or not you would take him on a permanent deal on loan to cover for a while to get it, because he's lost his way a wee bit. You know, Ferguson, he's in a purple patch a couple of years ago. So, but here, see, in terms of his ability, no problem.
Yeah,
absolutely no problem whatsoever for Europe and Scotland.
Does he play? Does he start for Ireland, or does he come off the bench or something?
Oh, I know. Oh, fuck. He's one of Ireland's key men when he's
right. All right.
Yeah, so he would do a job, no doubt about it.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I would get him in too. Here, listen, you can't have enough good players, and if you have players like Kuhn and Jota, fucking anybody could play for you.
But I was going to.
If you can get Engels playing, you can get your midfield working.
Well, there's I was going to touch on, right? So you're sitting here now, right? And the great hope, I've got my doubts, however phenomenal that ball was, that Hatate will be in more than an inconsistent player for Celtic. It's just, I don't think, what are we, 3 years down the line with him? And have we ever had a run of 6 months. Suit
We did have. I thought we did have like maybe about a year and a half ago. He was outstanding because there was a point we were on these podcasts saying he was the best player in the team, and he would go for multi-millions, and then for whatever reason it just went off the boil.
I can't think honestly, Jason, but my memory's stinking wild with a drink. But I can't think of a point he put together 6 months.
Maybe
I can't.
But
it's 6 months. 6 months in a European display gets you a move.
But can you not remember maybe a couple of years ago we were all talking about he's the best player in Scottish football? Can you not remember that?
Are we talking about
I might have been drunk.
Tati.
Oh, I can fucking remember. See, whenever we were getting into play at Real Madrid match, everybody was saying he's the boy. He's the fucking boy. Watch him here, and he had a great game. You know what I mean? He was brilliant, but he has been so inconsistent, and sometimes you just looks like he can't be fucked. You know what I mean?
But
there is no doubt we've got an absolutely stunning football player there. But Callum McGregor, right? So Callum McGregor is the guy right now that you're kind of going. So what age is Callum now? 32? As old as that?
31, 32.
Callum McGregor's the one that everybody's kind of got a wee side eye on. He turns up the other night and plays like that. Brilliant. But I don't know if people are kind of thinking about Scott Brown and stuff like that.
You can't expect them.
No, I understand that, Marty, right? So we're sitting here the new. We've got Callum McGregor, who we all love, if he's on his game, there is no complaints. And we've got Engels, who has already proven that he can play at a high level. He just needs to put the consistency beside it. Hatate, again, consistency. McCowan, and then Bernardo, who I think every one of us are massive fans on. I think every one of us are all big fans of Bernardo. Would I be right in saying that, gents?
Definitely.
Yeah.
But that's, see if you look at all that in the round, right? So think about it this way. We're whatever fucking points, a dozen points ahead of Huns in the league. We're through to the next round in the Champions League. We've a fucking trophy in the cabinet. We're on for a travel domestically, right? But yet everybody would be saying, well, Cal McGregor hasn't had his best year. Kyogo hasn't had his best year. Engels has struggled. Hatate struggled. Bernardo's in and out. Adamida's fucked. You know what I mean? That's actually fucking nuts.
It's an amazing point, Marty. And it gets you a bit of feet in the ground sort of stuff. And say,
imagine they were all playing at their top fucking games. Yes, what the fuck?
do you know what I've had in my head, right? I've had in my head here, and it's probably fucking absolute bullshit. But I've had in my head that see over the Christmas period, and obviously the fucking raft of games we've played now, fucking played about 48 games in about fucking 2 weeks. But but with the squad rotation thing, I'm thinking it'll mellow out towards the end of the season where we'll play but the thing is, we're still in Europe, and obviously we're still in the Scottish Cup.
But I think the Europe. See, this is a frustrating thing, Jason. I was thinking about this, right? And Marty will tell you because he's on about 18 different WhatsApp chats, and I've just been saying the same thing in every chat. So Marty's like, "Fuck, this guy just repeats himself." But I've kind of bemoaned as well. You guys know that the rotation hasn't allowed our midfield to settle.
Exactly.
And I think that's the reason why we haven't been as
That's
fluid.
my point. Exactly.
Yeah. But the frustrating thing is, right? See if we had Kyogo and Maeda going into next week, and imagine we squeezed into that top 8, it opens up a whole world for us because you've got your new signings coming in, you've got that 2-week break that you can fucking integrate your new signings and get yourself a settled team. The frustrating thing is, I think it's a week, maybe 2, after we play Aston Villa to the next round. So we're still going to be ball deep in the middle of fucking a game every 4 days. You know what I mean?
Do you know? I was listening to somebody say that it's nigh impossible for us to get in the top 8.
Nah,
because the amount of teams that's. Is it no?
No, is it fuck?
Nah, because the amount of teams have got home games that they would expect it to win. Nah. I don't know. But as I say, it's a game for sitting in the house and fucking with the red director out there fucking.
Mate, it would be the fucking. Like I say, I'm kind of down on it because it means a lot to them and we're missing so many guys. But for guys like you and Liam and all the rest of the troops that I know who are all going down, see if Celtic can down there and take a lead, it would be the best thing ever.
I'm convinced we'll be
Jason, right? See number 8th place. 8th place get 13 points. And we've got 12.
Yeah, okay.
Now, I mean,
well,
there's a shitload of teams in between us. I get that and I understand that, but I don't think it's nigh on impossible.
So you would actually think if we win, the odds are we'll probably get there.
Fuck, look, it's the best pod in the world, isn't it?
No, but by the way, I'm convinced we'll win next week.
Convinced.
100%.
What are you been drinking over here? Is this a lockdown?
No, seriously.
Fucking spirits, man.
How can you be convinced we're going to beat Villa and you were shitting yourself about playing young boys?
Because the pressure's off now. And we will just go and play swashbuckling Celtic style.
Swashbuckling, yo.
The thing is,
Liam.
Yeah.
Right. I've followed Celtic all my life, and I've followed Celtic in many friendlies down south, and many competitive games down south. I'll tell you what, we've left with victories more times than we've left with defeats.
I hope we smash them. I honestly really do. Nothing would make me happier. I'm not.
I think not having Kyogo and not having Maida is a big.
Yeah, they're big. That's big blows.
The King's a killer, but
Villa's weakness is their defence just now, and on the counter we could have caused them real problems.
Who was it put up? There was somebody earlier on. I agreed with him. I'm going. Where is it?
I just think
there it is. There, it's up on the screen. Get the proper old-fashioned ringer on the go next week, fella. Get my to tell the ref his name's Kyogo. Right. By the way,
Kyogo's left, mate. Fucking.
No. You're fucked at Boydo. You sneaky Boydo. That's Boydo. That's your pal Boydo, isn't it? Fucking rat.
Tell him he's young. I know it's not the same country, but they look the same.
Oh, no! Oh, the Asians look the same, don't they?
Is that kind of racist there? Sorry.
Scott, get that photo of the boy standing at the brick wall.
Are we racist now, Father?
Nah, but Liam, I definitely think we will. Because there's always that added edge, a Scottish team against an English team, etc., etc. And we always kind of turn up. And I've seen us loads of times down there, and we've always turned up.
I totally agree with you. Villa's very hot and cold.
Right. Okay, listen up, you shout of scruff. Right? Last time we played an English team, we drew 1 each.
Yep.
Against Man City.
I would say.
We drew 3-3 the game before.
Yep.
And then obviously we get battered 3-1 down in Londoninium after Arsenal, and we get beat 2-0 at Parkhead. We drew 1-1 with Man United at Celtic Park. We get battered 3-0. I think that was the game Marty was talking about earlier.
Yeah,
3-0 down in Manchester. Then we obviously, last time we won was obviously the Nakamura game, and we get beat 3-2 in the home one.
Old Trafford.
Before that, Fucking
Beat
hell.
Liverpool, beat Blackburn, 2003. We've not played them that many times. We've seen them.
Between getting beat 2-1 off of Nottingham Forest in 1983-84, we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 games undefeated. That was all right, yeah. Fuck's sake, man.
I mean, also too, we had 2 friendlies with English clubs during the summertime.
Battered them both times. By the way, you guys are right. 4-0. Fuck your Villa, you cunt.
I was in South Bend, Indiana, 4-0.
Oh, no, tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Where are you, Jason?
Fucking get it up, easy cunts.
Jason, man, my mommy's listening.
Linda was there or not?
But she can't remember.
Linda shouted and said, "Who scored the 3rd goal there?" She's like, "I can't mind."
Was it Maida?
I have no clue who scored any goal.
Jason's too busy abusing Chelsea fans.
Well, they were all in the stadium, so that'd be quite hard. But I was trying my best.
No. You were fucking taking the jerseys off of them, so don't give a bar.
That was after the game. I didn't take it. He took them off himself.
Well, you were abusing them, weren't you?
You guys are great, man. Fucking hell. I says, what are you fucking supporting me cunts for? I'm not supporting them anymore. Fucking jersey. Fucking. I was like, on you go. I want to sell it. Gave him a sell it. There you go. There you go, sir. Fucking magic.
Well, Liam, what else is on the list? Of the greatest homeboy pod ever.
Yeah, I think we still talk about Villa for a bit. I think it's going to be a
humdinger. That's excellent shout. You boys tell us your plans. Well, sorry, even to cut in. What do you make of the snash with the tickets?
It's been disgustingly shambolic.
Well, I've got a wee bit of an insight in here, right?
Yep.
And it was all caused by Aston Villa and the West Midlands Police.
Led by the Scottish Police Force, apparently.
Probably, aye. So they basically wanted us to have a station down there to collect our tickets. So everybody had to go down and collect their tickets. So Celtic pushed back. That's the only reason we could get the full allocation, by the way. So
Yeah.
Celtic didn't agree to that. They weren't getting the full allocation. They were getting half the allocation.
Right, okay.
So then Celtic agreed to it. So then when they gave them what their proposal was to collect tickets, it was in a car park near the stadium. So seemingly they were going to go, us to go there, collect our tickets. They were all going to fucking kettle us all and fuck us into the stadium to get us out. I don't know how they fucking thought that would have stoked any fucking Celtic fans fucking if there was any trouble in fucking Birmingham. Because there's 10,000 getting in there and only 2,000 tickets.
Yeah,
100%.
So
100%. I haven't got a fucking
Celtic, to be fair to them, pushed back, says no, we're not accepting that. So now the pick-up point now is at Celtic Park on Tuesday, which is still a fucking disaster because loads of Celtic fans live in England, loads live in Ireland. Fucking how they get to Celtic Park. So Celtic's got a bit of a nightmare now to get the tickets to those guys. So
and not only that, you know what the ticket office is like, right? You got 2,000 people meant to be, 2,200 people meant to be collecting a ticket on the same day. Fucking disaster, man.
Aye.
Not known for its efficiency, is it?
But the thing is, it's kind of no Celtic's fault because Celtic said to them, so where are you going to let us give the tickets out in Birmingham? They were thinking a hotel or somewhere where they would have desks and that for people to come in and get it. No, it was in a car park near the stadium. When they say it was pissing rain, they fucking roof.
But Jason, fairness, there's loads of places in Birmingham you could have done that. Right, it's the second biggest city in England.
You could have just rented a fucking big room in a hotel.
You could have rented a bit in the NEC and tell us to go to the NEC. Just get in there.
Rent a bog standard business room in a hotel.
Aye, exactly.
And form a fucking queue. The hotel will be deleted because every cunt will be drinking in the bar, waiting on the tickets.
Aye. but they weren't willing to do it. So Celtic pushed them back and says no. So I think Celtic were going to go to UEFA about it, seemingly, because it was just fucking insane. So anyway, we packed the tickets up on Tuesday at Celtic Park, but it's just fucking disaster.
But interestingly, Villa and a lot of English teams, Villa have been picking up their tickets in the city where they've been playing for most of the European games the last couple of seasons.
Aye, but I remember Man City, that 3 each game. I was in the Merchant City, finished walked up, we're in the Merchant City, and I can mind all the Man City fans queuing up for it.
Yeah.
But it was in like I can't mind where it was in the Merchant City, where the car park in Ingram Street, the one you pay. It was the left of that and down there, and it was like a shop or something. They commandeered, whatever, and all the Man City fans were queuing up to get them there. So, but they couldn't give Celtic in. It was like an open air fucking car park. They were wanting to give tickets. So I think they wanted to do that so that we would get the tickets and then they would just kettle us on and just fucking fire us into the ground.
That's exactly what they would have done.
See, if it was that carry on, I wouldn't even have went to a game. I'd have been down there and just sat in the pub and just watched them.
But the thing is, they couldn't, for example, say you need to come at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. So everyone would be steaming by that time.
No,
we don't arrive in the train to 2. So
a lot of the buses will be there for 12 after leaving at 7.
Exactly.
5 hours of Evian.
Leaving at 6 a.m. and stuff. But it's going to be carnage.
Apart from the having to do it on Tuesday, getting the tickets before you go is actually a big help in that regard.
For us, because we're local.
Yeah, of course, but restricting it to one day, and for people, I do think they'll relent on that a little bit. I do think they'll do something to accommodate people that can't get to Glasgow on Tuesday.
Well, Sparrow and all that. Sparrow lives in Northampton, but he's in the Coventry mob.
Yeah.
There's about 50 or 60 of them that go to every single away game in Europe.
I think too, Jason, what they'll do is they'll try and get
all that as well. How are they going to get to Celtic Park?
I know, but that's my point. I think what they'll do is they'll try and fucking get the vast bulk done in Glasgow and then work it out. You know what I mean? They'll try and get rid of maybe 1,000 of the 2,000 tickets, and then they'll fucking transfer out the rest.
Yeah,
in some other way, you know what I mean? So
that's what happens.
Yeah, see, they just like brought it forward a little bit. See, they did it like even Monday afternoon, Monday night, Tuesday. But they're gonna have to just push it a bit harder and just try and get I mean, what's going to be the big issue? If they hand some out Monday afternoon or Monday night, what's the big deal about it being a day before or 2 days before? What physical difference does that make to anyone?
Aye, that's fair enough.
So that, hopefully they'll come to some common sense like that, and then the people that genuinely can't get there, of which there are a few, just dish them out in Birmingham for people that can't get there.
I know. I'm sure they will.
I hope so.
A lot of it. Don't worry about it. Listen, one just tape the traitors. I need to go and watch it now.
We won't all be there, all right? We won't.
Sorry.
No, I won't be there.
And the hardcore will be there, eh? I was fucking part-time.
No. Sorry, mate. Sorry. Scott. You made a decision a long time ago. You
all right for the off, mate. I had no chance. Still, there has been never a sniff. There's never been anybody who's went, I can maybe get you one. Nah, there's nothing. So, like I say, I'm only kidding on, mate. I'm only kidding on. Like I say, see, come fucking Wednesday, I'll be devastated, but nah.
Come after the game, you blah. Thank fuck I'm in there.
Exactly.
As soon as the game finishes, we get that fucking walk to fucking. Well, no walk to city centre. We're like, how the fuck we gonna get out of here?
Marty.
What the fuck?
Wrap it up to fuck. Right, man, I love you dearly.
Same yourself, mate. Take it easy.
Every time you're on the ball, we know there's gonna be a goal. a superstar from Portugal. When you score, you make the Celtics sing.
So Marty's off. Right.
Is that us? Is it done?
No.
Nice, he's got to watch traitors.
Right, where
You're still lonely.
Right, let's say cheerio to people. The best podcast we've ever done.
There you go, Chips.
The happiest podcast we've ever done. Because Joe's known it. Anyway, as Marty says,
Wrap it up, the fuck.
so
Right, Chips.
cheers everybody. See you later.